Waseme kama gari yako ni below 3000 cc, gari yako na baki nyumbani, itengeneze nyumba ya kufuga kuku.
Kupata mafuta kupanda, bonyeza star 811 star 962 hash. Star 811 star 962 hash.
Haya.
A very good morning to you. My name is Daniel Wahome and welcome to Sports Check on this Monday morning. It is the 20th day of June 2022. So much to talk about from the world of sport, but also in our news bulletins. So first, a rundown of what news items we shall be taking a look at today. We shall start with the Deputy President. He's in Nakuru taking his Kenya Kwanza campaign brigade on tour in Nakuru. John Jacob Kuria is our reporter in Nakuru. And also today at the Integrity Center, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, there is an announcement they are going to make based on ethical issues, and Ruth Wamboi is our reporter at the EACC. There is a peace caravan by communities from the northeast and also the north of the country. Aden is our reporter, and NHIF and Russia Kenya will be signing a memorandum of understanding at the Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital. Nancy Okware is going to be a reporter at that event. So stay tuned with us throughout as we take you through the news of the day and also what's going to be happening in this very busy week for sports locally. And the conversations that we're going to be having, three of them today. Let me start with the tail end. We shall have Samuel Muturi and Faith Wamboi. They take part in canoeing and kayaking, whitewater canoeing and whitewater kayaking, and they will be here. They're headed for the World Championships. Wamboi won the Junior Championship in Sagana, and Samuel Muturi is a recipient of the National Olympic Committee of Kenya Solidarity Scholarship as he prepares for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. And the second one, well, you all know her, Ondiraya Magwiji, Pauline Shegu. On News Anchor, she's going to be taking part in the WRC Safari Rally. And she is in Naivasha doing reconnaissance, recce as they call it in rally language. This time round, she's going to be navigating, not driving. And the person who's going to be driving is a fellow member of the Lioness Rally Club, actually the founder of the Lioness Rally Club, Lisa Christopherson. They shall be joining us via Zoom, and that is from 10:45 a.m. Then, the first conversation that we are going to have, it's hybrid, by the way, because our reporter Michael Mwandiga is in Mombasa and he's with the national beach volleyball team that is preparing for the Commonwealth Games that will take place in Birmingham, England from the 28th of July to the 8th of August. And guess what? You're going to watch the games live on KBC Channel 1. Don't miss that. And just before that, 4 days before that, the World Athletics Championships will have come to a close. And guess where you will be watching the World Athletics Championships? KBC Channel 1. And in studio, told you that the beach volleyball interview is hybrid. We've got the team manager of the beach volleyball team. He leads the local commission at the KVF, Moses Mbudia, and welcome.
Thank you.
And for Team Kenya, you came back to the country on Thursday, and no resting. The team went down to Mombasa, yes, where they're camping. But you come from the World Beach Volleyball Championships, yes, that actually came to a close last night. Norway winning the men's competition, and from some of the videos you've shown me, it's a game that attracted a lot of interest.
Sure.
But 3 matches that Kenya played against Italy, they lost in straight sets, 21-8, 21-9. Against Germany, they lost 21-11 and 21-13. And the final match against Poland, 21-8, 21-17. What was the experience and your view of that competition?
As you can see, every day the girls were progressing because they had just landed from Tunisia. Don't forget that, because they had gone there for club championship. And immediately after that, they did manage to go to Mombasa for training. So I can tell you, we went to Italy without training. And this was a major drawback to us. And we have no time now to regret, because now we have time to train for the Commonwealth Games. So maybe to answer you directly, the girls did what they have done. And had they trained, I can tell you, for example, the case of Poland, we were beating Poland.
Well, the third set, the scores do not lie, 21-17.
Yes.
And what really ticked in that second set, because 21-8 in the first, 21-17 in the second?
These girls, as I've told you, they just landed in Rome and they had not trained. The Black City Zagara was with the prison team. And Makoha could not just train alone in Mombasa, because the other two girls, Wavinya, Veronica, and Naomi To, they were all in Tunisia. But Kenya, we like giving scapegoats. So here we're not giving a scapegoat, we're saying the girls had not trained. And it should be squarely blamed on us officials. Yes, but I can tell you that whatever we have ahead of us, things are very bright. And you know very well from the word go. From 2018, we have revolutionized beach volleyball. We have not just gone for Olympics. We have gotten the silver medal in all African Games. We are now from World Championship. I mean, we are heading to Commonwealth Games. The world is endless, and we are good to go.
Now, the one thing about beach volleyball that a lot of people need to understand is that it is based on a pairing. So it is different from indoor volleyball, the six-a-side. These are two players, and once they are a team, they've got to roll on. Now, the initial team was Naomi To and Gaudentia Makwaha from 2017 World Championships. And they also played, you know, at the African Championships, at the African Games. What has been that journey of the national team if we go back 5 years?
Naomi To got injured her tendons, and she was operated on, and that now meant that we get another person to replace her. And Braxidi Zagara came in Heidi during that time because she was voted the most valuable player during the conventional volleyball.
Yes.
We talked to her and she was able to come to beach volleyball, and she has been able to learn some few tricks. She is improving on daily basis. So the pairing, as you've said, purely depends on the two individuals. I can give you an example. In Italy, one of the Italian team had to, their game ended midway because one of the player got injured, and you cannot replace. It is just 2 and 2. That is the team.
So back to my original question, from 2017, there has been the growth, and the ranking and even how a team is selected is actually based on how the two individuals progress in championships, the beach volleyball world circuit, and the competitions that they take part in. What was the, before Naomi got injured, how well had the two progressed, Gaudentia and Naomi?
Gaudentia has an international repute because she has participated in the World Championship. Not 1, not 2, not 3. And she's been in Netherlands, she has been in Poland, she has been in German. And her wealth of experience has helped her to grow. And she's also pulling others. I can tell you this girl has a passion for the game because she even, whatever little per diem that she got, she bought her own balls on our way back. Because what we have been using are fake balls, for your information.
Now, we'll be coming back to that, and he's mentioned about fake balls. Now, this is what I have in my hand, a legitimate beach volleyball. This is what's supposed to be used. And it's actually signed. Rome, Gaudentia, she's there, 2022 one. This is a beach champ. And when I'm with you, the story, you say that you've been using the wrong equipment, fake balls.
Yes.
Tell us the story about how you got to get the legitimate ones in Rome.
Yes. So when we went to Italy, we were told you're using fake. They use the word fake. And quickly I had to go to the organizers, the Italians.
The Italians.
Because when you're training, they have to look at what you're using.
This is a fake.
Yes. And immediately after that, we called Mr. Owino. Owino is the head coach. And I told him, try to investigate on what these people are telling us. Only to find out that what we have been using does not match with what the world... This is VL S300. We've been using a ball that is of low standard. And maybe when you ask the question why we didn't perform well, that could have been one of the reasons. But now that's behind us. What we did, we landed in Kenya. The first thing that we did, we went to Nairobi Sports House, sold this idea to the MD of Nairobi Sports House, that from today, if you're importing balls, let this ball be of this nature. We informed the chairman of Kenya Volleyball Federation, the president of Kenya Volleyball Federation, and the entire executive, and now we are good to go.
Now, there is also another interesting story, is that the purchase of these balls in Rome was assisted by a person who's represented the country.
Yes.
Just tell
I must thank one man by the name John Dongo. John Dongo plays for a professional beach volleyball in Italy, and he did not just help us in buying the balls, he also assisted the team in transportation to the training, and we were able to be driven in all the major centers where we have beach volleyball in Italy. We were able to learn that beach volleyball in Italy starts at age 8, and we have classes that goes on. As we are coming back, we're coming back with wealth of experience, and again, we are very ready to go. Wherever he is, Bwana John Dungu, you did a wonderful job. You played for the national team, both conventional and beach volleyball, and God will reward you one day for what you did. Thank you.
All right. Now, let's come to something else about beach volleyball when it comes to the pairings, is that they earn points by playing together. And when it comes to, say, for example, rankings towards the Olympics or the World Championships, if one player gets injured, do you now end up in a scenario where you start collecting points afresh?
Yes, I will tell you today that the homologated circuits that we have in Kenya assisted us a lot. And if you can remember, in Ghana, we didn't do very well. We were not number one, but we were given a wild card for what we had done in the past. So as you're saying, there is that individual point, but also there is that group point. And we have now, for example, if the team will not all go to Birmingham, we shall have to make sure that the second team will have to go to Morocco, because we have a continental championship, just to earn points in preparation for not only the African Games, but also for Paris 2024 Olympics.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell us now the process of earning points and where the players must be.
Anytime you participate in a championship, you earn points. The moment you land there, and this championship is homologated, it is recognized from Switzerland by the FIVB. There is points that goes into the system. So what we were doing in Italy, already we have earned ourselves points. Before going to Italy, we were, I can't remember what number we were, but now we are number 27 in the world. Well, we are number 1 in Africa.
Yes.
But you can imagine, like, even the team like Brazil did not just take one team. They had more than 4 pairs, because they have been doing very well. And they look at the pair, not as a country, but as a team, as you have said.
Yeah. So in this case, the Kenyan top pair at the moment is
Bracsidis
Agala
and
Gaudentia
Makoha.
Now, the other pairing that you've had, there's Violet
Odhiambo and Naomi To.
Yes.
And then we also have Wavinya and Kasati.
And Kasati.
Yes.
So having those 3 pairs is, how then do you keep this going?
One, we have also a disadvantage, and it is an advantage in disguise, because Wavinya and Veronica, they have been selected in the national team. They are leaving for Brazil, I think, anytime starting today. That means we are left with Naomi To and Gaudentia. But we also have other young players coming in. And Fosca, they are now in the camp down in Mombasa. So to answer your question directly, I have said we are also trying to promote others. If we just zero in on the 3 pairs, then we might shoot our legs. And I don't know why you're also forgetting the men volleyball. I mean, the beach volleyball men, who are number 6 in all African games.
We'll be coming to the men's side, but our focus mainly is on the Commonwealth Games.
Right.
Remember, the games are going to be live on KBC Channel 1 from the 28th of July to the 8th of August. Now, what the other lessons that are, for beach volleyball have been the Olympic Games. What was the overall outcome for the team that made its debut after they qualified through Africa?
Yes, once again, I must thank Braxidi Zagara and Kaundensia Makoha, who made it to the Olympics, and they did very well. Don't forget that they played against Brazil, who are the winners now of this championship. So we are among now the G8. We can now say we are in the league of the G8.
Probably G20. We know who the G8 are.
In beach volleyball now, we can, as I told you, we were rubbing shoulders now with Netherlands, Poland, Germany, name it, Italy. And so ours is not just rubbing shoulders with them. Now we want to improve our game and be counted now among the top 10 best teams in the world. Yes.
Well, for the Commonwealth Games, Kenya went out to Ghana. They played there, and that was a qualification process. Finished third, but at that point, Kenya were top in Africa, and they were amongst the 5 nations.
Yes.
In the top in the Commonwealth Games.
Yes.
Which meant that the World Cup was there.
Yes.
When you speak to Coach Mulinge and the team, what were the things they found out in Ghana that they needed to work on?
Well, the organization was not as that one of Italy, but we understand we are developing countries and we cannot keep on blaming ourselves. But there's something that they also learned, that the African countries are now eager to learn the game, to lift up the standards of the game. And particularly Namibia, Mauritius, Mozambique, and all North African countries with beaches. And don't forget that one of the best teams, as we are talking, and they even sponsored themselves to Italy, though they had qualified, that is Egypt. They have a double coastline. Now they have, some of the players playing in the Mediterranean Sea, others on the Red Sea. And that's an added advantage. In a nutshell, we are saying, according to the coaches, Mulinge and Owino, and Madam Sally, who is now coaching the team, they said there is a lot that we need to learn. We are not yet there, but we need to be there.
Oh, so overall, one of the things that also comes with this sport, it's quick, it's fast, requires that. What is the coaching education that the KVF is giving to Mulinge and company?
We are not just focusing on Mulinge and the company. As we are talking right now, we have invited best coaches in the world from Brazil. They'll be landing in this country in a fortnight, and we shall be having a world, an international course, both for coaching and refereeing. We only have one international referee in volleyball. We have about 14 coaches. Zenga from Kitui. It's only Mr. Zenga who is a trained referee. And if you look at what we have now in Morocco, where we are supposed to take a team to Marrakech in Morocco, they are demanding that if we do not take a referee, there will be a fine. And we have only one referee. So that is why we have an international course that is due to take place in a fortnight. And as we are talking again for conventional volleyball, we have a level course training starting this morning from an instructor in Morocco.
Well, and yes, that means if I was Nzenga, I would be a very happy man because I would be guaranteed trips and save the country fines.
But he can also twist you.
But besides that, remember, we are speaking with Moses. There is a team manager of the beach volleyball. He heads commissioner of the KVF. And also remember, we shall be joining our reporter, Michael Mwandiga, who is joining the team at the Flamingo Beach Hotel where the team is training as they prepare for the Commonwealth Games. And looking now at the African scene, you're talking about the Marrakesh Championships. That's one for where you're going to send a team. Yes. What is the competitive nature that you'd like, to see from those who are available?
I want to tell you that we cannot stand up and start saying we are the best. What I saw in Italy, even with that Egyptian team that sponsored itself, they are good to go. The Moroccans are very good. Tunisians are good. And the Mozambique team, Namibia, and what have you. And you make a small mistake in volleyball, you're done. Any mistake is a point. So what we are telling our coaches is, can we have more training? Can we expose our girls in the best venues that we have in this country, particularly coastal region? Though we have also established a number of them. NOC has made it possible for us in Strathmore University. They have added that. We have also established very good beach courts in Nyandarua, in a place called Kaba Technical School.
All right, Mr. Mbudia, let me just interrupt you. And the pictures on your screens are live from Mombasa, where the national beach volleyball team is training. So you can see, we've got Gaudentia Makoha, Abraxidis Agala, you've got...
we have the coach herself, that is Madam Sarah.
Yes, Salome Wanjala is the team coach.
Yes, we have Naomi To. Yes. And we have Kasati, the one who was, I don't want to say painted her hair.
Dyed her hair.
That's your word.
No, that's dyed her hair. That's correct term.
I go with your term.
Yes. So there is the national team. Yes. And so, yes, we shall be getting to hear from them shortly. Michael Mwandiga is our reporter out there in Mombasa. So, and also they've got the
gentleman assisting them is also one of our best beach volleyball from prison in Mombasa. And he also participated in the Ghana Championship, the one for Birmingham qualifiers. Yes.
All right. So there you've had it, the national team all training together under Coach Salome Wanjala. Well, in the volleyball calls, everyone they would call her Sally Wanjala. Yes. So you were mentioning about, number one, not just the training, but the facilities. Yes. And for a long time, you know, Strathmore University used to host a
number of circuits.
A number of events for the men and also for the women. Yes. Getting, one, the correct type of sand, and number two, making the surface, getting it leveled.
Yes, I also noticed, for example, like in Italy, they didn't have a proper sand, but they had to import the sand. Kenya, we are well endowed with what God has given us. And even the one at Strathmore, what we have in the areas of Machakos is not bad. We have used it in the past. We've put sand in Nyayo Stadium, and we have done it very, very well. So Kenya, we cannot complain to God that we do not have what it takes. What we are lacking now is those other facilities. Fake balls, we do away with them. Then we have got, we learned from Dungo that just training the beach, you have to do so many other things, and you start from the tender age.
What is it that Ndungu told you, being a pro player in Italy, when it comes to this level of competition, before we even get to development?
Ndungu is very ready to assist Kenya in one, getting us the light equipment, getting sponsors from Italy. Don't forget that the Italians have also invested in Mombasa, in Malindi. And he has some connection. He's very ready to assist us. And other than that, we also have to assist ourselves by making sure that we train our coaches and our referees. And also, quietly talk to the Ministry of Education and have this game played in primary school and secondary school. That way, we shall be good to go.
And I'm sure when it comes to the secondary schools, we know who would push for it. It's right here in studio. But back to what Ndungu was telling you, but you know, besides how you move around, what are some of the tidbits that he was passing over to the coaching team?
Well, the coaches were able to learn a lot, because what we did, we attended one of his training school. He has a school there. He training school. We sat down. We were able to see with our naked eyes whatever is required to be done in training. And Owino was able, he was down there with the notes, and we have said we learned a lot. We may not be able to enumerate all those points here, but experience is the best what?
Is the best teacher.
Yes.
And I'm sure Coach Salome Wanjala is going to be giving us, details about that in a short while as Mike Mwandiga gets ready. As you can see, that is Team Kenya in training in Mombasa as they prepare for the Commonwealth Games. Yes. Now, let's talk about the local circuit that you say that's been homologated. We have seen the events in Makueni,
in Homa Bay, in Mombasa.
And in Mombasa.
Yes.
Tell us about that circuit, because that's where, the national team coaches will pick the players from.
Yes. As you've mentioned, one, use the term homologated. A team can come from without and participate in our tournament. We've had one in Kwale. We had a very successful one in Mombasa, where we had sponsorship from Deep Hits and the Awards Cash Awards. And these are some of the attractions that make people come. Then we had another very successful one, courtesy of the governor of Makueni, that is Mr. Kivuda Kibwana, Honorable, or His Excellency Kivuda Kibwana, very successful one. We also had another one in Homa Bay, courtesy of Professor Owiti, the governor of Homa Bay. Very successful one in the shores of Lake Victoria, in Rusinga Island, and also in the areas of this other end of Mbita.
So, when you say homologated,
yes.
what do you, and I say that I'm going to host Wahome Beach Volleyball,
yes,
what will you require from me?
This one must be sanctioned by the FIVB. The FIVB must come and, using Google, find out where you're going to have it. Like in Makweni, we had told them that we'll do it in River Kaiti. But so happened that the river had overflown. We had to ferry them Changa to the stadium.
Yes.
They had to question us. You had told us that you do it in the river bank. What happened? We had to do a lot of explanation. So it is not just a local thing. It is being monitored on what you're doing, how many teams. If there are less than 16 teams, it cannot be considered. Yes. So some of the conditions that were given by the world body, and which are meant to improve the game anyway.
So number one is location, and they will use Google Maps.
Yes.
Go down to street level and see what is there. That is number one. How many
number? Not less than 16
teams.
Yes.
Participating.
Yes.
That means
men, women. I think for women it's 12, for men is 16. But I can confirm that from Coach Mungai.
that is 28 teams.
Yes,
that
like
you
in
must have.
Homa Bay, we had to wait for teams to arrive because we were short of 2. And we had to continue communicating with them in Switzerland. And it so happened that when they arrived, quickly we started. It's being monitored.
Okay.
Yes.
That is 28 teams.
Yes.
Terms of equipment.
You must use the proper.
Now,
according to us, we were using the proper whatever.
Okay, that
and,
can be picked
you
on
must
Google
have
Maps.
at least 2 playable courts with the sand above 40 centimeters. And then all the other conditions, I mean, all the other requirements are you must have banners, you must tell the world what you're doing. And the other things are normal thing. You must have enough referees. You must make sure that they are in uniform. They must be in the beach kits that only cover the. Let me stop there.
Okay. All right. Yes, they must be dressed appropriately for beach volleyball.
Exactly.
Which means barefoot.
We would not expect Wakurino in the beach. Yes. Sorry to say.
No. All right. No, they will. But they will. I mean, it's just the headgear.
I'm talking about the attire. You know that sometimes they also put on up to.
Okay.
Yes.
So the kits, even the team kits, must be appropriate.
Yes, must be proper. They must the numbering, even the size of the number, it must suit what is required. You cannot just put number 1 from here to wherever. It is a size that is required. Yes.
Now let's talk about where the circuit will be next.
Yes, we have been affected by the club championship, the world championship, where Kenya team is traveling to Netherlands. Of course, first through Brazil and Zambia. We want to thank a company that sponsored our team. And to answer your question directly, is that the very many activities have made us stop our circuit. And we hope to start our circuit in the month of August, so that at least we continue earning points. And our circuit are homologated, they are recognized. And this has made it possible for Kenya teams now to be considered in by the FIVB.
Well, Moses Mbudia with us here is a team manager of the beach volleyball national team and also is in charge of beach volleyball at the Kenya Volleyball Federation. Right now, let us join our reporter in Mombasa, Michael Mwandiga, who is with Team Kenya. He's going to be speaking with Coach Salome Wanjala, Braxidis Agala, and will also be speaking with Gaudentia Makoha. Over to you, Michael Mwandiga.
Well, good morning to you, Wahome. We are coming to you live from Mombasa. We are here with the Kenyan team, which is training for the beach volleyball in preparations for the Commonwealth Games, which will be held between the 25th of June and 25th of July rather, and between 25th of July and 8th of August this year, and will be held in Birmingham City in the United Kingdom. And I'm hereby joined by Coach Wanjala, who will just brief us what is happening here at the beach and so far the camp, what is going on. Salome, habari asubuhi, na tueleze kwa sasa camp iko namna gani na timu inaendelea vipi? Utakuwa unatazama kamera.
Okay, camp iko sawa, kila kitu iko sawa, hakuna tatizo lolote ambalo tuko nalo kwa saa hizi.
Na wachezaji wako katika fomu gani kwa sasa?
Saa hizi siwezi sema wako form ile mzuri, but kwa sababu wao wengine wametoka Rome wakatujoin from World Championships, walitujoin on Friday, so we still a lot of work to do ndio tujue wako form gani.
Okay.
Asante.
Na kwa ukiangalia kuhusiana jinsi training camp ya nyuma na sasa kuhusiana na hii ya Commonwealth Games, labda ni ushindani gani mkali ambao mnatarajia katika hizi games?
Katika pool yetu tuko na New Zealand, tuko na Canada, tuko na Ghana. Teams zote tatu ziko sawa kwa sababu kila mtu ametrain na anataka kushinda. So siwezi sema ni timu gani iko rahisi ama ni gani iko ngumu. Kila timu ni ngumu, but we have to do our best to win some matches.
Okay, na weather kwa sasa Mombasa ina favor kweli katika matayarisho yenu?
Weather si mbaya, although sometimes it's raining, sometimes ni jua, but kukinyesha Mombasa haikai sana kama Nairobi. Inanyesha maybe for 10 minutes imeisha, tuna stop for 10 minutes, tunaendelea na mazoezi ikishaisha. Yeah.
Na utakuwa unaweza kunitia wachezaji niweze kuzungumza nao pia. We'll be talking to players. One of them is Gladys and Braxilis, who just give us their insight on the preparations of the Commonwealth Games, which I said earlier on will be played between 25th of July and 8th of August this year at Birmingham City in the UK. And I'm hereby joined by one of the players who just tell us so far how are the preparations. Karibu sana, tuambie kwa majina unaitwa nani na tueleze tu kwamba kwa sasa matayarisho yako vipi?
Kwa majina naitwa Gladys Makoha, beach volleyball player national team. Matayarisho haiko mbaya. Tulifika juzi kutoka Italy from the World Championship. Tukapata wenzetu wako camp, mazoezi inaendelea vizuri. Yeah.
Na mwaka 2009 you have been in indoor games and now you have come to beach volleyball. How is the experience so far?
The experience has been super cool. I've been doing both beach volleyball and indoor volleyball. But the reason why I chose to play beach volleyball, it's not easy, and not all players are willing to play beach volleyball. And they call less people, so to make in the squad is a little bit easier than the indoor one. Yeah.
Okay, you played the Tokyo Games. How was the experience?
When we went to Tokyo Olympics, actually it was the first time for beach volleyball qualifying as a Kenya team. We went to Tokyo. Unfortunately, we landed in a pool of super teams, number 1, 2, and 3 ranked in the world, and we were 4 in the pool. So we lost all our matches, but we got a lot of experience. Being that Blackie, this was the second time she was playing beach volleyball. We got a lot of experience, and I think now, at least we are somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, so far, and maybe playing this game doesn't require a lot of maybe coaching. It requires a lot of strategies. How are you moving around with it?
That's a challenge that beach volleyball has. If you are playing with a partner, you saw I was playing with Naomi since 2009. Unfortunately, 2019 she got injured, and after that she got a baby. Getting Blackie on the team, this was something that some of the coaches asked me, because beach volleyball you have to play like twins, and she has experience from indoor volleyball, playing for almost 17 years. I thought she was a perfect partner, because also she can tell me what to do and I can tell her what to do. It's all about coordination. If you are not having that connection, you're going nowhere.
And so far, how is the outlook of the Commonwealth Games?
This is the first time Kenya will be featuring in Commonwealth for beach volleyball. I think we have been going to, we had the last 3 championships, the Olympic qualifier, Olympics, and then World Championship. I think now we know we are somewhere. We got a lot of experience, and I think what we can promise Kenyan fans, that we are going to do our best, really our best.
Okay, earlier on you had captained Malkia Strikers. How was the experience being captaining the Malkia Strikers?
No, I was not the captain. Lucky she was the captain. I think
sorry for that mix up. And so far the camp now, matayarisho yako namna gani na hali ya hewa imewafeva kweli hapa Mombasa kwa haya matayarisho?
Like yesterday we didn't train because it was raining the whole day. And now it's sunny and it's windy. So we're trying to work with the condition. And like we don't know the condition that will be in Birmingham, but I think we're featuring up well and we are training twice a day. We are doing, in the morning we are doing a lot of physical training, and in the afternoon or during the day we are doing ball works and everything. Yeah.
Okay, so far I'll also be getting Gladys. Braxidis will just be telling us the experience. How is it here? Maybe you can just call her so that we may be talking to her to give us experience so far regarding their preparations. Remember, Team Kenya is here preparing at our beach here in Mombasa. The camp, as the coach has said earlier on, they are in good form and they're just waiting they're just waiting when the games will start so that they'll be representing Kenya in this Commonwealth Games which will be held in Birmingham City. And so far what they have said is the weather is convenient for them just for these preparations. Karibu sana, tueleze kwa majina, unaitwa nani na so far training iko namna gani?
Kwa majina naitwa Praxidis Khadambi. So far training iko sawa.
Na matatizo yote ambayo mmekumbana nayo kwa sasa wakati mnajitayarisha?
Labda tu facilities ndio haziko up to standard. Kama balls tuko na chache, training kit, kila mtu anatrainia nini yake. Hatuna ile yenye tunaweza vaa kama one team ndio tukitrain hata hiyo timu wake ikuje.
Na so far ukiangalia matayarisho ya sasa, mnatarajia nini ama mnatarajia ushindani gani wakati mnapoelekea katika hizi Commonwealth Games huko Birmingham?
Ningependa thank Knock so much kwa kutuleta camp mapema. 2 months training ni training nzuri sana. So as we go to the Commonwealth Games, I know we are going to perform well.
Okay. Na labda kwa miaka 5 iliyopita, how is the experience so far?
So far beach mimi nimecheza tu 2 years, but the 2 years have been good. I thank God. Juu labda kama si beach volleyball ningekuwa sahi nimeacha kucheza.
Na ku-captain the Malkia Strikers, how was it?
It was fun. I liked Malkia because walikuwa ile timu yenye ilikuwa ile wakati walikuwa na teamwork, walikuwa na upendo, na ndio kwa maana ulikuwa unaona kila kitu ilikuwa ina flow. Yaani walikuwa na respect kwa kila mtu. No matter kama wewe ni mkubwa, kama wewe ni mdogo, respect ilikuwa, na teamwork yao ilikuwa mzuri sana.
Okay, tukiangalia katika hii beach volleyball ni kwamba sana haihitaji vile kuwa na coach sana. Inahitaji kuwa na strategies. So far unaiona ikoje ikilinganishwa na indoor games?
Ni ngumu juu saa zingine bila coach. Mkiwa ile volleyball ya kawaida mko na coach, yeye ako nje, anaona kitu yenye mnafanya makosa anawaambia, lakini beach volleyball wewe na partner wako nyinyi wote wawili ni coaches. So wewe inafaa urekebishe partner wako na partner wako anafaa afanye nini akurekebishe. Na saa zingine juu mko kwa game hautaona hiyo makosa. So ni ngumu kidogo bila coach.
Okay, and how experience in Rome?
It was a very good experience kwa sababu tulimit the top ranked teams na tukaona venye wanacheza na venye sisi tunacheza. Wametuacha sana, lakini na mazoezi na tukipata good infrastructure tutaweza.
Na umewahi kuchezea klabu kama vile Prisons, experience iko namna gani kionyesha kwamba kwa sasa hii ni timu imekutanisha wachezaji mbalimbali?
Iko tu sawa, mimi kwangu niko sawa. Unajua ukiwa mchezaji lazima ukue ready kumingle na kila mtu. Huwezi chagua ati huyu ni wa klabu yangu, huyu ni wa klabu nyingine, hapana. Lazima ukue friends. Hata kama hiyo friend ni hapa tu kwa uwanja, juu beach mko tu wawili, lazima mkue marafiki. No matter what, lazima mkue marafiki.
Na so far mliwahi kushinda katika women championships. How is the experience getting into consideration kwamba pia kuna wachezaji pia wapi ambao pia hamjacheza nao kwa muda mrefu wamejiunga katika timu?
Iko tu yani sijui naweka aje, but mimi nataka hao wachezaji wenye wamekuja wapya wakuwe na passion, wasiweke pesa mbele. Sasa wachezaji wa sasa hawana hiyo passion ya kuchezea nchi yao. Yani hao wanaona nikiitwa Malkia na kuna sponsor ni pesa. Hata bila hiyo pesa sisi tulikuwa tunacheza na tulikuwa tunafanya. So mimi nawaomba wakuwe na hiyo passion na hiyo moyo na pesa itakuja baadaye. Ukiwa mchezaji mzuri, tuseme Malkia wamekupatia hiyo chance ya kuchezea national team. Ukienda huko nje, ukicheza vizuri kuna timu itakuona na hiyo ni pesa. So wasikuwe na hiyo mind ya pesa hapa nyumbani, wakuwe na mind ya kuchezea nchi yao kwa upendo na wakuwe na hiyo passion na wataenda mbali.
Okay, sasa shukran sana. As she has put it, they are really preparing well for the Commonwealth Games, which will be held in Birmingham City in the United Kingdom. And as she has put it, is that the players need to have that passion for the game and just put aside the monetary side of it, but sure that they play in togetherness to ensure that the Kenyan team is strong as they prepare for the Commonwealth Games. And they're expecting much. They're expecting a lot of competition, maybe from Team Ghana and other teams from Africa in the Commonwealth Games. And that's all we have, Wahome, from the training camp here in Mombasa. And back to you.
Thank you very much, Michael Mwandiga. He is in Mombasa, giving us, speaking with Team Kenya to the Commonwealth Games, the two lead players who just came back from Rome at the World Championships, Braxidi Zagala, better known as Blackie, Gaudentia Makoha, and the two of them, giving their experiences and, having played, both conventional volleyball and also now they are playing beach volleyball for the national team. And Bwanambudia, you mentioned this earlier.
Yes.
The ball.
Yes.
And the players had to buy their own their own volleyballs.
This is for Gaudentia, to tell you the truth, yes. I think you have heard it from the horse's mouth, and I do not need to amplify what you've heard from them. What we need now to move as elders is to concretize what they have said and make it happen, because that is why we are in leadership. If we do not do what they are telling us, then we have no business being in the federation. You have to improve on facilities, get the right balls, the proper nets, antenna, name it. And most importantly, you've heard that patriotic bit on when you are representing your country. I can tell you, we also did not have per diem when we left for Italy. We said there is no money, yes, but we have got the air ticket provided by the NOC, but let's go and come back.
Well, and you've heard that also from Lucky Agala, who simply said, please go out there, represent your country, somebody will identify you, and there you'll have a career that's going to come your way and in a good way. Now,
yes.
Ambudia, let's now also, you mentioned about the circuit coming through.
Yes.
And the question everyone's asking is the men's side.
Yes.
What's the work that's
tell
going
you
on?
As I'm talking to you here, one worry that I do have is that our men have not been able to get the points that our ladies have managed to. And if we do not take our team to Morocco, the forthcoming Continental Championship, our goose may be cooked. And we are pleading because there is no money from the government. Any well-wisher would help us take the men and women team. We don't even mind just the two pairs, lady and men and women, and have them participate, because through that participation we shall earn points that will help us consolidate our final points for both our African Games and Pali 2020. Our men are not badly off, I want to say, because if you look at what they did, all African Games, they were number 6. When they went down in Ghana, they were, I think, number 5. And if you look at even what they have been doing, even in conventional volleyball, one time all African Games, they were number 3. Our club championship, one time, Kenya Prison, were number 2 in Africa. But we have made sure that we only amplify about Kenya volleyball women. It is the high time that you also start taking care of the boy child. Yes.
Well, so long as they don't keep disappearing anytime they are invited here.
Yes.
So because they also have got an active circuit for them.
Yes.
So the next 1 year, mention the events that are necessary, especially for the men, to help them go up the rankings, and also for to keep the women where they are.
Yes. I want to tell you that in a month's time, we shall be subjected to another universal suffrage where we shall be voted in, hoping that the new office that will find what you have done. I'm not saying that I'm not contesting. If I'm given a new mandate from where I have started, I want to make sure now that we shall not be talking about the points. We shall always be at the top and have the qualification both at World Championship, we have gone, Olympic, we have gone. We want now to remain there, God willing. So I'll ask Kenyans, those who are voters, that give us another mandate, and we shall revolutionize this game once and for all.
And for the kind of support, you know, that the girls may want from the National Olympic Committee of Kenya, how are you working with them to ensure that by the time Team Kenya leaves, around the 25th of July for Birmingham, that everything is in place for them, no injuries, you know, that they picked up the right skills and adapted to the appropriate equipment.
We have one man by the name Mr. John Ogora. Mr. John Ogora is the CDM. He's doing a wonderful job. Give Devo his due. You know very well that I contested for the post in Knock, but I was beaten. But they are doing a good job. And that is where we are supposed to be. That give credit where it's due. They are doing a wonderful job. You have even heard the girls say that they have given them how many months?
2 months.
2 months. And that, to me, it's a big boost. The other teams are all in Kasarani, and I'm not the one who is supposed to be speaking about it, but I'm saying, as a Kenyan, I'm happy with what they are doing. Sometimes they come in last minute, like the case of Italy. They came in last minute and helped the team. Because if we were to wait for the bureaucracy, sorry to say, of the Ministry of Sports, would have not taken our team to Italy. Thank you, Nok. You're doing a good job.
All right, Mr. Moses Mbuthia, thank you very much for gracing our studios this morning. One final word for Team Kenya as they prepare for the club games.
Well, the girls who are leaving this country for Brazil, Zambia and Netherlands, we wish you well. We know very well that their companies were coming in on board to assist you. We have the Mozart done their bit. We have the Zoe Mafuta, they have come in on board. And any other company, please assist our girls as we move forward. We also have our league for the men, because men are not going for World Championship. And we are hoping that we shall get the university ground where we shall have our games played on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And for those who have gone for the level 2 coaching clinic at Nyayo, we also wish you well. We have also foreigners who have joined in from Tanzania, from Uganda, from South Sudan, and they are in also for that level 2 course.
All right. Thank you very much, Moses Mbuthia. He is a member of the executive board of the Kenya Volleyball Federation. It's a beach volleyball commission and is a TM of the beach volleyball side. Asante sana.
Thank you.
Right. So, first of all, like to say, Asante, that this is Gaudensia.
This is Gaudensia ball.
So we need
taking it to Mombasa.
To go back
the
to
next
Mombasa.
Flight is going down coast.
Yes, she must use the correct equipment.
And for the team managers who are buying balls, before you buy now, please get some information from us and also from the girls. You'll get the light mpira ya kucheza beach volleyball.
Sawa.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes. Well, right now, let's move on to our second interview, and this conversation is about motorsport. Well, on Saturday, you watched KBC Channel 1, Dira ya Magwiji. She was reading the news, and yesterday, she was already in Naivasha doing following up with one of our biggest passions. We're talking about Pauline Shegu, who is a part of KBC's anchoring team for the weekends. And from today till from yesterday, running through Sunday, she's going to be in Naivasha, and this is for the WRC Safari Rally. She's not going to be on the driver's seat, but she's going to be in the navigator's seat. She's going to be sitting alongside Lisa Christopherson. Lisa Christopherson is the founder of the Lioness Rally Club. Pauline Shegu is a member, and they join us via Zoom from Naivasha. Good morning. I am very well. That you already have documentation. Yesterday, we know you traveled. You were here in the morning. Our colleague Dan Wendo did a story, about your team, and you could give us the process of how you decided, to enter the Safari Rally, albeit late, and also the documentation process that you went through yesterday with Surinder Tati in charge of the KNRC division of the Safari.
So, this all came about only about a month ago, about 4.5 weeks ago. we were asked, how come we're not seeing your names in the WRC? And I said, well, we haven't entered because we don't have the funds.
We have got Maxine Wahome, Makre Kimathi and Hamza Anwar. We've got Karan Patel and Akif Virani who are taking part in the Rally 2 division. So that's where it is. But then we also have got the contestants who are going to be taking part in the KNRC class of it. We have Carl Tundo and, amongst others, Lisa Christopherson and Pauline Shegu. We shall be taking a short break, and now, when we get back, we continue with the conversation with the Lioness Rally Club.
Top sports attractions on KBC Channel 1. In July, Kenya Morans face off against the DRC, Egypt and Senegal in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers in Alexandria, Egypt from 1st to 3rd of July 2022. Also in July, Kenya plays South Africa in Rugby League test matches in Nairobi with the return fixtures set for October. Still in July, watch the World Athletic Championships from 15th to 24th July live from Oregon, USA as Kenyan athletes seek glory. Followed by the 22nd Commonwealth Games from 28th July to 8th August live from Birmingham, England. In August, join our coverage of the World Athletics Under-20 Championships from the 1st to 6th of August 2022 from Cali, Colombia. Then in November, catch the World Half Marathon Championships on 13th November from Yangzhou, China. Now that's what sets us apart as KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
I arranged a great marriage for him, the kind other men dream of, and he wants to break it off.
If this is what you insist on, all I could do is take my own life.
You want to die for her?
Samuel has truly messed up. It won't be long till the whole world knows he wants to break off the engagement.
I couldn't care less if he breaks it off. Why would it matter?
I hope I'm not intruding. I'm just passing through. I'm Ferna from Green Hill. Show some respect.
Elliot!
Well, my daughter.
Kwani kichwa chako imeruka?
Kocha, ni maneno napewa. Mimi niko ulimwengu ya hewani. Kuna siku msungu asa kupropose hata kama ni ukuoa hata kama kwa ndoto.
Enyi iko na guacamole.
Nasileti.
Omara, I'll slap you up.
Nasileti.
Sisi nimetoka kwa mbali. Alafu nikichukua kama 8 hivi nishikanishe hivi alafu tutano kando sinakuwa samaki kubwa.
Kumbe hapa tunakuwa tumepangiwa kwa komalishwa. Hiyo utakuwa na mesa hivi inakatalia hivi unaenda
Welcome back to Sports Check on this Monday morning. It is the 20th day of June 2022. My name is Daniel Wahome and our sign language interpreter is Lensa Odinko. We are getting into a conversation about motorsport because it is Rally Week in Kenya. For the competitors, the rally is basically the moment they go and their cars are scrutinized, they start recce. Basically, Rally Week is on. 8 days of activity for them. And we've got from the Lioness Rally Club, Pauline Shegu, you know her as one of our news anchors, Diraya Magwiji, that is where she is. And she is going to be the navigator to Lisa Christopherson, who is the founder of the Lioness Rally Club. And they join us via Zoom from Naivasha. And they're going to do recce. And earlier, Lisa took us through how they got into the entry. And well, Lisa, let me just come back. And for you, Pauline, Pauline, this is your first time navigating, which means that you've got to handle a lot of documentation. You could tell us your experience yesterday when you had to meet the clerk of the course and, you know, the secretary to the KNRC division of the WRC Safari Rally so that you could eventually have the accreditation going by the tags you have on your necks.
Thank you, Wahome. Yes, the documentations, they are so many. There are so many. Yesterday, I didn't sleep. I was just going through them, perusing every book, just to make sure everything is in order. It is not easy, being my first time in navigating. Though I've been there before, I've learned how the terms, about the terms and what to say. And, you know, it's all about chemistry. And I believe me, with my sister here, Lisa, our chemistry is good. So the terms we are going to use, it's to make us to finish our race. So I can say it's going to be a challenge for us, yes. But with the road book, the maps, the pace notes, everything is okay. And now today we are doing the recce. We are going to get our notes by ourselves. We are going to do it on our own. So we are not going to rely so much on the book, the pace notes, but we are going to rely on our notes, our very own notes, because it's us who will be on the road, on the route. So for me, being my first time in navigating, it's a good experience. I'm also learning a lot, and we are going to do it. We are going to do it because it's teamwork, and we are working together with my friend Lisa here. So it's all about teamwork, and we will succeed in this WRC. Yes, we are under KNRC, and our car is number 110. We are just finalizing. We are here in Naivasha picking the tracking and the tracking what?
It's called tracking device.
Yes, the SA tracking device. Then we take over for the recce. We are supposed to start with Loldia.
All right. Well, Loldia is also where we're going to have shakedown. And Lisa, this is a rally. You've gotten into rallying now, and you start with an event as big as this, 400 kilometers of road and competitive stages. How has your preparation been for the safari?
I don't think we've had much time for preparation. As I said, we only put our entry in about a week ago and found a car and just been fundraising like crazy. So we have not actually had much time for preparation. But I believe, you've got the confidence as a lioness, fearless, going for it. And that's just what I'm going to be doing, is just going to be putting my foot down and going for it.
And over the past 1 week for most of you is, I know you're using a Subaru Impreza
Subaru N10.
Yes. What has been the preparation, having a feel of the car and making sure that you get it into the right standards required for the safari?
So the car actually, when we first got it, the windscreen was broken, which we've replaced. There's a few small minor things that still need to be worked on. Otherwise, took the car for a spin and it goes really well. It has all the FIA credentials. So, the seat, the safety belts all have an expiry date. They're all there. The car is homologated, roll cage, everything. So we're good to go and believe that the car will pass scrutineering.
And Pauline, having rallied before, and here you are, you've come in now as a navigator. What's your feel of the car that you're going to use?
The car is super good because I've been to it. We did our first training 3 weeks ago with the car. We tested it. It is good. Subaru N10. It's very good. It's in good condition. And the speed is perfect. So we are just finalizing on fine-tuning on a few things on technical bit. And then we'll have a feel of it when we take on the route come 23rd.
Okay, yes, I'm sure you're going to be doing that. And shortly, we shall be joining the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties and the IBC and registered parties, where they're having a countrywide peace caravan launch. So that's one of the stories we are taking a look at. We'll be joining that shortly. But I'd like to come to you, Pauline, and having been somebody who's driving for a very long time, I'd like for you to tell us about your change to a navigator. But at the moment, let's quickly move over to the Jacaranda Hotel in November, where the Office of the Registrar of the Political Parties is convening a political parties liaison committee comprising of its office, the IBC, and registered parties. Let us listen.
Elections up to the grassroots level. So election is not only about presidential election. We have elections going up from MCA coming all the way. And whichever coalition and whichever party wins election, they have a duty to make us remain one country. And that's why I'll start by saying, let's stop this business of demeaning coalitions using funny names. For example, from registrar point of view, we do not want to hear people referring to each other as Kenya Kwisha, or others saying Kuzimia. Ati wengine ni Kuzimia, wengine ni Kenya Kwisha. We want to condemn that because it is demeaning. I don't think we want to say our Kenya is Kenya Kwisha. No, we don't want to say that Azimio is Kuzimia, Sidio. We want to condemn that. Please, those slips of the tongue should stop. I do not think you slip about your name. When you come to introduce yourself, you don't slip over your name, ujiita what you are not. Please refer to them as Kenya Kwanza. That is what is registered at the Office of Registrar of Political Parties. Refer to them as Azimio La Umoja, One Kenya, Coalition, Political Party. So there are nothing else that you are saying. Those slips of the tongue, my friends, let's stop it because it starts demeaning from there. When one coalition start demeaning another, and one party start demeaning another, by changing the name, you are changing the structure of what the coalition is called. And that is where the peace then start going down, because people get agitated that you are referring to them with a different name which is not registered. I want to clarify. Kenya Kwanza is registered as Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Azimio is registered Azimio La Umoja, One Kenya, Coalition, Political Party. So refer to them as such, so that we remain one nation. That is where we start by saying one nation, different opinion. Different opinions, one nation. That is where we can only start, because we are one. Competition will come, competition will go, but we shall remain one. I want to say that this particular week, from now all the way to Tuesday next week, we are engaged, first of all, in a the Peace Caravan by Political Parties Liaison Committee. For those who don't know, for purposes of clarification, and I know Mr. Misati will still clarify further, the Political Parties Liaison Committee is established under Political Parties Act, Section 38, which brings together the Electoral Commission, IBC, all registered political parties, and the Office of Registrar of Political Parties. It is a dialogue platform that come together so that we talk and dialogue. Part of what we are dialoguing this period is dialogue on a peaceful elections. And we are committed as a fraternity of dialogue platform to discuss about peace. IBC is supporting the peaceful process in its own processes. We have seen what they are doing in dispute resolution. OLPP is supporting in our own way by organizing political parties and resolving issues that arise. Political parties are really on their supporters and supporting their candidates and doing everything possible to do that. Every person has a role to play. We shall have the caravan spread across the country and almost everywhere in this country, but mainly the caravan will start from specific towns. Today, we have one starting from Nairobi, here in Jakarta. We also have another one at Machakos. It's starting with such kind of conferences and then a launch, and then going around within the towns and its environs and going across the other counties. We have one starting here in Nairobi at Jakarta. We also have another one starting at Machakos today. We have another one starting at Nyeri and going across the central region. We have another one starting at Eldoret and also going across the Rift Valley regions and also some part of Trans Nzoia going that way. We also have another one in Mombasa, starting in Mombasa, going all the way to the coastal region, and the caravan will move for 1.5 days in every of those regions. We also have another one in Nakuru. The Nakuru one will start from Nakuru and go across the regions of this side of Rift Valley, the North Rift, I think the South Rift of Rift Valley. And then we have another one in Kisumu, going to Kisumu all the way from part of South Nyanza and then some part of Western. That is where the caravan will go once it has been launched today. Together with that, we have concurrent meetings that will be going on, organized by the Office of Registrar of Political Parties. Today, we have a meeting with the media, specifically training the media political journalists. Whether they are correspondences or editors or they are people working, reporters working in the political sector, we want to train them on peaceful reporting and working and engaging with Electoral Commission and ourselves and political parties, especially to ensure that there's balanced reporting when it comes to issues of women, issues of youth, issues of persons with disability, among other things, and also to report objectively and to shun away from reporting something that can really aggravate conflict. That is what we shall be focusing in training of the media and understanding the law also. We also shall engage the youth in all this. We have about 70 meetings across the country this week. We shall engage the youth in about 13 regions. We have 13 youth meetings. We have 13 women meetings across the country. We also have persons with disability meetings also across the country. We also have about 5 regional meetings with the border operators across the country, supported by the Association of Border Operators, which has a national organization. So we shall also engage the border people and of course party officials, because party officials are joining these particular meetings as we continue. We hope by doing this, we shall have given our contribution as political parties and the Office of Registrar and IBC towards ensuring that as duty bearers, we are putting across the peaceful messages. I want to say that please start by ourselves. Once you are not peaceful within you, and that is the starting point, There's a lot of soul searching that we must do as individuals. Why are you angry? Because we do not want to continue with an angry nation. Because sometimes what spill over in the social media is as a result of anger, and you cannot know where this anger is coming from. We need to do a bit of soul searching, and I can see Bishop is agreeing with me. There's a lot of soul erosion that has happened over time. A bit of soul erosion where you erode the soul, and finally you are left empty. And when you are empty, then any words can come out of you, and you don't worry. And then you have a lot of slip of the tongues. We kindly request that we do a bit of our soul searching, so we do a bit of soul conservation, so that when we speak, we are speaking from a point of edifying each other rather than tearing each other down, because words have power, and it's words that bring conflict and request to give us peace. So I want to stop there, and because I know I was supposed to give an overview for the purposes of this particular program, but say that our message across this particular time is that we are one nation, even if we have different opinions. And uchaguzi sio uadui. Hata kama parties they are propelling different opinions, they are actually very clear that uchaguzi sio uadui. After that, we shall be one nation, and we shall be joined together by our Kenyanness. And we are Kenyan, we are nationalists, and we know and we are sure where we are heading. I want to thank you most sincerely, and thank the media also for being here. Please, your contribution is also very important. Thank you very much.
The Registrar of Political Parties, and Derito, and she was addressing Peace Caravan launch that is taking place in Nairobi, and it involved political parties and also the IBCs and other stakeholders in the election process. We get back to our conversation, and this is all about the Safari Rally, and we've got our own Pauline Shegu who's competing as a navigator. And let me come to you, Pauline. Pauline, you've been a driver, and now it's taking up this heavy role of a navigator, where you're basically you're the one who's supposed to know what time people wake up, what time you get to service, what time you leave, you get into the holding area, what time you've got to be at any particular stage, filling in all the documentation. What's that change for you? Because I'm sure even our good friend Kipchilat Kimaru has previously done all that for you.
Yeah, it is a good experience, Wahome. Thanks so much. It's a very good experience for me. And it's not that I'm going to be a navigator throughout. It's just for this WRC, because of the challenges we have faced and we are facing. If we were to have like 4 teams of lionesses in this WRC, I would be driving today. But because of the financial challenges, the sponsorship that we lack, we had to just got one entry for the lionesses. And this one entry made me and Lisa to be part of it. And KMSF and roll the car. So for me, the navigation is just for this WRC. Come next year, God willing, if we get good sponsorship, good package, I'll be able to be on the steering and drive the car, because that is my passion. Where my passion is. So for today, for this week, I'm just doing the navigation. All this you've talked about, timing, everything, all that, we are on course. Everything is set. The timings, the time recordings, everything is ready for me. But just to assure you, I'll be back on the steering. It's only for this WRC 2022. But if we get sponsorship, because even the Machakos one, the Rally Cross, which is coming up in a few weeks' time, I'll be in the driving seat, because it's an all-women crew of 4 teams. So I'll be driving. So my passion is driving. For navigation, is just for this one. And because I want to pave way for the young ones to do the navigation before they graduate to the driving seat. And Wahome, I want first and foremost to appreciate KBC Channel 1 for supporting the Lionesses since the inception of this club. It has been with us throughout up to this moment. We are still supporting the Lionesses. Thank you so much, KBC Channel 1. We look forward for long partnership with KBC. You've been so much on us in giving us publicity, visibility. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, KBC. And I believe we'll work together to put KBC and the Lionesses in the forefront. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. And we will continue supporting sports. And let me come to you, Lisa, now. And it's going to be a tough 4 days. If you take listening to some of the drivers who took part in the safari last year, this is not an ordinary rally. By Kenyan standards, it's the equivalent of 4 rallies in the KNRC circuit. How have you physically prepared for this event?
Well, physically, yes, working out. So physically and mentally. And the beauty about it is that I love driving. I can drive for hours and hours and days and days. So this is something that I love and adore. And I embrace this in challenge. I'm super excited about it.
And let's now talk about from what you've seen in the road book, from the road books that you've done as you get into Recce. What are some of the things you found out about the Safari Rally this year? The stages that will be there. I know. Okay, for a start, you know the caravan is super special because you've driven there. What about down in Naivasha?
Well, the road book, the route is okay, a bit apart from some few to meander routes, which we will still maneuver through. It's not that difficult compared to what we had from last experience, and I think they've made it easier for us. There are some routes which have been changed, and they've been put. I think they've been shortened. There's a route that has been shortened because of the start point, which is not that much okay. So from the overall look of the routes, it's pretty good for us, and we hope to finish all the routes from Loldia, Soisambu, Jothamol, up to now to the KWS, the finishing point. So the route is good, Wahome. We'll finish. From the look of things, we are going to do it. And now with the Recce, it's going to give us more experience and to understand the route so well physically before we take on it on Thursday.
All right. And now let's talk to you, Lisa. There's somebody who works behind the scenes making sure that your car is prepared, you get everything in place as it should be. Let's talk about George Njoroge and the support that he has given to your team.
George has been absolutely amazing. So when we first started with the Lioness Rally team, we had to join a club, and we joined George's KRT, Kenya Racing Team Club. George is the chairman, and he has literally taken us Lionesses under his wing with patience, with love and care, and done a lot of training with us. And right now, George is the assistant clerk, of course, for this WRC rally, yet he has so wanted at least one team for the Lionesses to be in this WRC. So he's actually got our car looking after it, and he's putting a team together who will be our service crew, who are all people, guys from KRT. They really have been so helpful. We're very, very grateful to them all.
And Lisa, let me continue about this, because George, he's one of his strengths. He knows how he can really prepare a rally car, can just listen to one and know this is what I need to be checking. If you mention something about the suspension, you know what to check. What kind of training has he been giving you, especially when you've got to do maintenance, when you are outside the service park, and if you need to get the car back on the road quickly before the service, the scheduled service as per the rally itinerary?
So we've been out to George's workshop, went through the car, checked it, tested it, and to get a feel for it, what needs to be done, with a few things that we feel need to be adjusted so that it's suitable for us. So George has done all of that. And previously, prior to our inaugural Lioness Rally, we did a tire clinic. So we know how to change tires in less than 2 minutes. So we're comfortable.
Oh, yes. And something else about the tires. They say women and shoes are greatest of friends. So after the Lioness Rally, you did give us, what you picked up from that tire clinic. So actually now tell us about the whole tire thing in rally cars.
So our trainer from Kingsway Tires realized he was, preaching to a bunch of women. So he straight away converted his language to female accessories, shoes. So you know how you have an indoor shoe and an outdoor shoe. You have a shoe when you go to the shamba. Hence the same you have with the tires. You have a tire for the different terrains, for rocky terrain, dry terrain, for water, mud. And then, of course, the width of each tire. So you know how you have the readings 195-65, whatever it is it says on its tire has a specific meaning. So, and also the treads on the tire for each kind of terrain that we're driving through. So we have Pirelli tires on our rally car.
They're the official sponsors.
They are the official sponsors and the official tires for rally cars.
Right, and also the regulations for the tires, because that is one of the things that for most Kenyan drivers at the Safari last year came to realize what's allowed, what's not allowed.
Well, you just have to fall in within those regulations. As you said, there's rally tires, and Pirelli is one of the approved FIA tires. So that's what we are using.
Okay. Now, the other one is, a lot of expectations from this class. We know that, we've got Josiah Karaoke, Zamir Verji is making his debut season in rallying after having moved from autocross. Kush Patel, the younger brother to Karan Patel. The other driver there who are more experienced, Carl Tundo, Jasmeet Chana, Duncan Mubiro, Isa Moari. What kind of competition, are you trying to give against some of these people?
I think everybody needs challenges in life. And as lionesses, we embrace those challenges, bring them on. We'll do our level best. And as Pauline said earlier, our vision at the end of the day is to finish. We'll do our level best wherever we can and finish proudly Kenyan.
Well, and for you, Pauline, another rally for you. This time, you will be reading the pace notes. You could give us the experience from the rally that you did together with Kiptilat Kimaru, over 3 days, over 700 kilometers. And from what you see now, over 800 Ks of liaison, 330 odd of competitive sections.
Yeah, the rally I did with Kimaru was about 940 kilometers. That was in 2011. And you see, that was a man. And we had challenges along the way. We lost control, but we managed to pull through. We rolled once, but being a man, he had to come out and turn the car. You are told that the rally stops when the wheel stops. So for us, that is our mantra. The rally stops when the wheel stops. So even for this one, it will be like that. We'll only stop when this wheel stops running. So for me, for the pace notes, I learned a lot from Kimaru. It's just the terms you are using. You get to understand each other with the terms. Not necessarily you use what has been put on the book. You have to understand each other and to read your terms, and you can even talk your language. You can even do it in Swahili, provided my driver here understands what I'm saying. So it's not cast on stone. It's something that it's understandable. We both have to understand the terms, the language, and to make rally work for us.
One other thing, we'd like to, find out, because you say you're going to use a language that you can agree on and understand. Pace notes are written in two forms. There is the numeric form, and there are those who use the descriptive. The numeric form would be, for example, 1 right, 2 left, given that, or there are those who will say hairpin right. Which are you going to be using for this rally?
We are using the numeric. But with the reke, I'll be able to put down my notes in my terms, where I'll be able to make my driver understand the terms well, like the slow right, slow left, fast left, and then bumps ahead, the brow ahead, hairpin. She understands those terms. So those are the terms I'm going to use to make her easier to at least understand the route, and also at the end of it, we finish safely and finish the rally. So ours is numeric.
The proper descriptive. Well, Pauline, for Lisa, as we come to a close of this interview, you could now give a word to the people out there. We know that it's an odd number entry, car number 110 at the Safari Rally.
That is the winning number.
Yes. For car number 110, Lisa,
yes.
Word to the Kenyans who I know will be down in Naivasha and occupying any space available so that they could watch you in action.
We ask all Kenyans to cheer us on, give us support, pray for us, and just support us so that we finish. We need you in a spiritual and in a loud voice out there to support us.
All right. And Pauline, our final word from you so that we can allow you to go do recce, starting with Lol Dia, where we've got the shakedown on Wednesday.
Thank you so much, Wahome. My appeal to the public, my appeal to stakeholders, my appeal to the government of Kenya, my appeal to everyone, we need support, we need sponsorship. We were to do like 4 teams of women, but we could not because of lack of funds. Even currently as we speak, we don't have sponsorship, we don't have support, but we believe the last minute one that will come on board, we'll appreciate. We call on sponsors, we call on the government of Kenya. Remember last year, the president said, where are women in this motorsport? We are here. We are here to show that women are out here to do the rally. So we call on the support from every corner of this country. Please come and support the Lionesses. Come and support the women. We need your support. We will not let you down. When they normally say, what a man can do, a woman can do better. So we are here to prove that. We are requesting, we are appealing. We call on appeal out here. Support us. All the corporate companies, please come out and support the Lionesses. The women. We are an all-women crew. We are out here to empower our fellow women. Thank you.
And remember also, our car is a billboard on wheels. So don't put your money on a static billboard where people drive by and forget. Put your money on our car. There's room for your sticker.
All right. Yes, sure enough. And having taken a look at the rally guide, I know where the stickers can come in. Those are the members of the Lioness Rally Club. Lisa Christopherson, who's going to be driving car number 110. It's a Subaru N10, and she will be navigated by Pauline Shegu, who wishes that she was, on the driver's seat taking the notes. So this is rally week for them, and they are off to do recce. Thank you very much for your time this morning, and all the best in the safari. And we hope that when Pauline comes to read the news 2 weeks from now, she will have a finisher's trophy on the news reading desk right here in the studio.
Thank you.
KBC. Thank you very much, Wahome.
Thank you so much, and thank KBC for the support.
All right. You're welcome. Well, 2 rally drivers who will be in the Kenya National Rally Championship class of the WRC Safari Rally that starts officially on Thursday at the KCE with the ceremonial flag off at noon. Then at 2 p.m. it's going to be the Kasarani Super Special stage before they drive down to Naivasha, and that is where the rally proper is going to take place over the next 3 days. And 13 entries in the Kenya National Rally Championship class, and about 33 odd who are in the WRC class maximum, and the entries have closed. So today and tomorrow is going to be recce, reconnaissance, where the drivers study the route, write their notes. Shakedown on Wednesday, ceremony starts on Thursday, with 6 stages on Friday, another 6 on Saturday, with another 6 stages being run on Sunday as the rally comes to a close. Pauline Shegu and Lisa Christopherson, thank you very much for joining us. Well, we continue now with this conversation on Sports Check, and we move to another topic, and we talk about 2 young people who have decided that water in excess of a pail is something that everyone should embrace, and they are at the top of it. Well, we welcome Samuel Muturi on my far left. He is one of the recipients of the National Olympic Committee of Kenya Solidarity Scholarships. Muturi, welcome to KBC. And very well, congratulations on receiving that scholarship. You're one of the athletes that we know who will be, getting funding as you prepare for Paris 2024.
Yeah.
And right here. We have Faith Wambui Mwangi. Faith.
Yes.
Karibu. And Faith is a national junior and under 23 champion in the slalom. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, let me start with you, Faith. And Faith, you could tell us about how you got into canoeing and kayaking.
My uncle introduces me to kayak. Yeah.
No, ongea tu kwa sauti na usiogope. Unaweza ongea pia Kiswahili kama uko comfortable.
Uncle wangu alituma ni join kayak. Alikuwa ananiambia inaweza fungua milango mob sana. So nika decide kujoin tu. So tulikuwa tunaenda naye kutrain. Yeah. Alafu tukakuja competition. Then nika win.
Na umekuwa ukifanya mazoezi kwa muda gani? Na tunajua ya kwamba umekuwa ukifanya mazoezi kule Sagana.
Yeah.
Sasa tuambie kwanza ni mwaka upi na yale mazoezi umefanya ndio kafika sasa ukashinda under 23 na junior national slalom mwezi wa 3.
Nilianza kutrain kwa form 1. Yes, so for now niko na 3 years kwa training.
Tueleze zaidi yale mazoezi ulivyoanza sasa, mambo ambayo ulijifunza ndio uweze kukaa kwa kile kidimbi vizuri.
Nilijifunza ile time nilienda kwanza, like hakuna kitu nilikuwa najua. So hiyo time nikajifunza kusika pando, vile mtu anafaa kuingia kwa boat. Yeah. Siku hizo zingine like nikajua kuendesha boat vizuri, kuiweka straight na kufanya T-rescue.
Haya, tuambie hiyo ya mwisho. Hiyo T-rescue, tuambie hiyo ni ipi?
Yenye unaanguka na side moja. Yeah.
Aha. Tutarudi kwako. And let's come to Muturi. Muturi, for you, being picked as one of the athletes who were to receive a scholarship from the National Olympic Committee of Kenya as you prepare for the Paris Olympic Games. What was the feeling when you knew that you were on the list?
I was so happy to kupata hiyo scholarship, and nikajua itaniwezesha nifike Olympics 2024, and niko happy and I'm waiting for that so that I can kuja na medal back to my country.
All right, so for you, you've been in this and you've been to the World Championships before. So you could just tell us about your journey in canoeing and kayaking.
So for kayaking, I have been doing it for quite long. Meifanya for over 10 years now. But the training was just apo Sagana. Then after few years, tukafanya Africa Championship kwa Mto Sagana pia, around my area. Then in 2019... You
can describe actually the area, because the Sagana River, starts somewhere in Nyeri County, and then it becomes what we know as Tana River.
Okay, so my home ni Sagana area. It's in Kirinyaga County. And in between Makutano and Sagana town, that's my home, and that's where I do train.
Yeah. So your story through the years, because you've been doing this for 10, tell us stage by stage, and getting to a point where you can compete at the global level.
So when I was young, nilizoea kuona watu wakipita na kayaks, then wengine wanapita na raft, because I was born next to the river. Then nikaamua tu I can join. So nikauliza coach and he allowed me. So venye nilijoin, nika train for about 5 years. Then kukakuja hiyo competition ya Africa, nikakuwa position 3. So after that nikaenda World Championship 2019. Kutoka 2019 nikaenda Africa Championship ingine 2020 paka kwa sai. So I'm waiting for another World Championship next month, and it's a Olympic qualifier as well. Nataka nifanye vizuri so that naweza join Olympics.
Okay. Faith, Wambui, let me come to you. Let me nirudi kwako sasa. And you know, there are, when you're doing this, there's the K1, which is one form of canoeing, na pia kuna ingine inaitwa C1. Wewe una participate kwa gani? Hebu tuambie.
K1.
Sasa tuelezee K1 vile ina operate. Sasa kuanzia hapo, kwa sababu sasa hayo ndio mashindano yako.
K1 nimefanya kwa flat water na pia kwa running water.
Tuanze na ya flat water. Hiyo ni kusema tu ni maji yametulia.
Hiyo nilianza juzi ile time tulikuwa tumeenda kwa camp ya Olympic pia. Uko kwa Nok, uko Doro nilijifunzia flat water na K1. Siku ya kwanza acha niseme ilikuwa ngumu kwangu juu nilikatadi kuingia kwa maji.
Kwa nini?
Hiyo boat, unajua si boat yenye mimi nimezoea. Okay, nilikuwa naona ikuwa ngumu, alafu kwetu kuna vile tunaekanga miguu. Yani ku balance, lakini naona hiyo balance ni ngumu sana. Lakini morning ndo nilikata kuingia. Saa 8 kocha akaniambia jaribu tu, kama unafanyanga running water, ni simple. Unaweza. Nikaingia, si ngumu, ikakuwa rahisi kwangu. So nilifanya for 2 weeks. But ilienda poa juu hadi tulikuwa mtu anasetua time yake. So nilikuwa tu poa kwa flat water. Yeah.
Na tofauti ya flat water na hii white na hii wild na ingine maji ambayo na white water, tofauti ni ipi haswa? Kwa sababu kuna zile obstacles mnawekewa, si ndio? Kuna vizuizi, kuna milango lazima mpitie. Tuambie tofauti yake na hii nyingine.
Tofauti ya flat water na
mkiwekewa vizuizi, kuna zile gates, mnaziita gates, kuna barriers. Tuambie tofauti yake.
Tofauti ni hii ya flat water tunaenda si wote. Yani mwenye atamaliza alaka, yani tunasetwa tu time yake. Lakini hii ingine unaenda peke yako na setwa time yako. Alafu balance pia. Balance ya nini ya flat water? Hiyo ni ngumu. Inataka balance mzuri.
Kwa sababu kikalia flat water ni kusema ni kwenda mbio kabisa sasa.
That is unatumia energy.
That is now what we call rowing. Normal rowing rather than canoeing. Haya, tuambie sasa hii ya white water canoeing, ambao ni mchezo ambao sasa huko K1 mazoezi unavyofanya pahali kuna vizuizi na hizi gates zingine.
Kwa running water ndo nimekuwa ni train for long. So kwanza siko najua kufanya as in kuingia gate, lakini nilifunzwa. So unajua ukiingia kwa gate uiguze within ile time utamaliza unaadiwa time. Unaona? Ukikosa kuingia pia kuna time yenye utaongezwa. So like nilikuwa like gate sijaingia, nimekuwa nikifanya training but sijaiona gate. Lakini vile tulianza kufanya competition nikajua kuzingia vizuri, like wana enjoy sana.
And let me come to you, Muturi, and because you would understand this, you competed in the canoe slalom, K1, C1, and that was last year the World Championships in Slovakia. You could start by telling us the difference between K1 canoeing, C1 canoeing.
So for K1, you slide in the kayak, then you have your legs like almost straight, then you have a skirt or something to cover your cockpit so that the water doesn't get in, and you have 2 bladed paddle, so you'll be like paddling with both of your hands.
Yes.
With the C1, it's a canoe, 1 person. You be on your knees and you're using a single bladed paddle. Yeah, that's the difference. And we normally do it in moving water, and they are going to set like obstacles we have some gates, green gates. You are going to go downstream, like straight downstream. With the red gates, you have to go around, then you continue with the journey. So it's a course yenye iko na distance ya about 300 to 400 meters. So you have to do it all. No touching those gates and no missing.
And, all right. And from this is were your results. Let me just read them out from for last year. And this was in the Canoe Slalom World Championships. In the K1 Senior in the first heat, a score of 118.74, ranked 67th, and in heat 2, 162.87, ranked 44th. You could tell us how this scoring comes, how the point system works.
So, with the points, you have to go na your less time. Na ukiguza gates, they are going to add time kwa iyo time kwa ile time umemaliza course nayo. So ukiwa na time mob, so utakuwa last. Lazima uende na time less. That's how they check the points.
All right. So if you miss a gate, you're going downstream. So there's this gate that you're supposed to approach now from the from upstream, and you go through. How much time do they add?
They add 50 seconds.
50 seconds.
Yeah.
Now that's a lot of time. And
if you miss
it.
Yeah.
And what about the gate where you have to now turn around and then get back onto the course? How much time do they add to that?
It's the same time. If you miss, they are going to add 50 seconds. If you touch, they are going to add 2. If you touch, they are going to add 2 seconds.
2 seconds to it. How would you describe how you went around that course in Bratislava? From the first heat where you had just about 119 points, and the second where you got 163.
So my first run was better than the second one. So kwa course unapewa two runs. They are going to take ile umefanya vizuri. So my second run nili miss gate. That's why nilipata time mob kwa my second run.
So it was what, 160.87 seconds. That was the total time.
Yeah.
Which means that less 50 seconds, you had a better score. That was in the K1. In the C1, 171.07. That was in the first heat. The second heat, 167.81. Tell us about the almost similar scoring in this C1.
So for me, sijafanya C1 for quite like sana. Nimeifanya for about 2 or 3 years. Then my coach akaona I can do better in C1 than K1. So akaniambia, let's train this. Kwa C1 again unatumia blade moja.
One, yes.
Yeah. Then kwa K1 uko na 2 blades. So akaniambia like uko na blades mbili kwa K1 na C1 uko na single blade and you are moving fast than ukiwa kwa K1. So nikaamua tu ni train more kwa C1. Bratislava nilifanya better for sure kwa C1 than K1.
Yes, because ranking 30th after the end of heat 2, how much does that improve your chances of competing in Paris 2024?
So, come again, please.
Ranking 30 in the C1 in Bratislava last year, how does that improve your chances of making it to Paris 2024, the Olympic Games of 2024?
Ranking, that
is where you are ranked in Bratislava, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how does that now improve your overall ranking as you prepare for the Olympic Games of 2024?
So kwa hiyo with ICF, International Canoe Federation, so pia wao wameona this guy like naweza fanya vizuri, na wananipea chance ya ku train more to different countries na rivers. So naona ilifanya vizuri na nitapata chance like in 2 weeks time tunaenda Italy, kuna training camp, so nitaifanya for about 1 week or 2 weeks, then niende World Championship yenye iko Germany. So kupata rank ya 30 pia ni,
I mean that was at the World Championship.
Yeah.
Hiyo ilikuwa sasa imehakikisha ya kwamba unaweza pata nafasi, unaweza alikwa kwa mashindano.
Yeah.
Faith. Now, you won the juniors and the under 23 national slalom championships. Umeshinda hizo categories. Tuambie kuhusu ya mashindano ambayo yalikuwa uko Sagana mwezi wa 3.
Mashindano mwezi wa 3 tulikuwa wengi, lakini nilikuwa nafanya training sana. Juu mimi nilikuwa na expect nilikuwa nataka kuwin. So hadi nikienda huko hiyo siku ya kucompete, nikienda mimi nilikuwa na hiyo kitu kwa loyalty, lazima ni win. So vile tulienda, nilikuwa mtu wa pili. Wa kwanza msichana mwenye alikuwa naenda kaenda like kaona hai video mtu anaenda, haya mimi nikarudiwa, nikaenda like nikaika energy, nilienda my best, yani nilifanya best yenye mimi naweza. Mara ya kwanza kufanya my best tukatokea, niliguza gate. Tukatokea, nikaenda mara ya pili tena nikaguza gate, lakini nilifanya my best.
Haya, hiyo ilikuwa ni junior ama ni under 23? Junior. Yeah. Haya, na pia kwa hiyo ambaye kwa mbele yake kidogo kucompete kwa 2 age groups, and juniors and under 23s. Ukiangalia kwa upande wa kina dada, competition iko aje? Ushindani uko vipi?
Misionika kuna competition sana.
Umeamua sasa wewe ndio malkia wa kupiga makasia hapa nchini?
Yeah. Mimi naona tu me did the best, nitawin.
Haya. Now, na baada ya kushinda, you're going to represent the country, and this is in the World Championships. Tell us, having been selected to represent the country at this tender age, what does it mean for you? How do you feel about that?
Na feel vizuri. Na feel like nita gain more, saina soma. Na feel then na gain more skills. Yani mimi na feel too poor like. Na feel hiyo kitu naweza ichukulia advantage na inaweza nipeleka far.
Na unatuambia kwamba unasoma ule. Sasa tuambie kuhusu shule yako na vile na wakati unapopata kufanya mazoezi yako, hiyo mipango ambayo unafanya.
Niko day school. Atuendangi shule weekends. So weekends wana prefer niende ni train. Yeah.
Na weekdays jioni baada ya shule?
Nafikanga late.
Walimu wanataka mkae shuleni mkisoma hadi masaa ya jioni kabisa?
Yeah, si ni candidate. Si lazima tuambiwe na mwalimu tukae. Si huwa tuna extend time. Tukitoka huwa tunatoka 5. Si tunatoka 6 na kwetu ni far. So anafika home a lot saa moja hapo. So sipatangi time ya kwenda kufanya training. Juu bado nafanya revision.
Sawa. Na sasa matayarisho yako na kupatiwa ruhusa na shule ili uweze kuwakilisha nchi kwenye mashindano ya dunia, mpangilio hiyo unajua imefika wapi?
Yeah. Tuliongea na principal wangu na alikuwa happy for me. Aliniambia ni vizuri pia juu niko kwa sports na bado nakuanga good kwa education. So aliniambia pia hiyo ni chance poa. Yeah, aliniambia yani niko na ruhusa yote yake. Yani.
Jina la shule tuambie.
Karamaini Secondary School.
Kirinyaga County. Ama iko Murang'a.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo wewe umekaribia Sagana, upande mto Sagana?
Eh.
Upande wa chini.
Yeah.
Haya. Na Kiangazia haswa kwa sababu umesema ya kwamba pia kwa masomo ya kwamba vitabu mmekubaliana, ni michezo ipi ingine unacheza?
Uko shule wanacheza football. In fact kwa shule yetu mimi ni games captain. I like football. Napenda kucheza netball. Na athletic niko sawa.
All round sports person. World Championships coming for you tukifunga. Tuambie mipango yako ukielekea mashindano ya dunia kule Ujerumani.
So nimetrain sana nikigoja hii competition pia. Na niko na hii chance ya kufanya training nyingine before World Championship. So naona tu I'll do better. Nitafanya vizuri. Na tukiwa na coach pia amenisaidia kwa zile vitu anaona nafaa. And then tutaenda naye kila kitu atakuwa akiangalia. So I'm sure tutafanya vizuri.
Sawa. That is Kenya's top whitewater canoeing practitioner Samuel Muturi, and we've got the best lady in the country, Faith Wamboi. Thank you very much, lady and gentlemen. I'm sure by the time you come back utakuwa umeshazoea maneno ya kwa studio, sivyo?
Yes.
We wish you all the best in the World Championships. Right now, we shall be moving over to the Moi Education Center in Nairobi. And this is where the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Professor George Magoha, is assessing its preparedness to implement the CBC at junior secondary school level, which is to start next year. Let us move over. It's been a pleasure being with you all morning.
Pronounce that having taught in the university for over 45 years, I cannot be wrong by saying that this is the right thing for our children in this century. It is being practiced in many countries across the world and Africa. And just like we have allowed the politicians to play their game there, they should also allow us who are academics and teachers to play ours down here. We have no intention of going up there. Once we have given the policy, we drive it. So I would want to assure the parents and the children that for those who are so afraid that their children will be going to private schools, and especially into boarding schools, and especially if they are in private schools, there is no reason for those children in private schools for now to move out of those private schools, because just one additional year, so that they will even be a little older than usual when they move out, when they start competing now for the senior school. I think that's where we are. We are in good state, but we shall work until the next government is sworn in, just to show that time is of essence, and we can't save time unless there's a burning question that is related to what we are doing. Santen San.
I have one question. A section of parents asking why hasn't money been released to fund the schools?
Those parents don't know. This government released money to schools before the schools reopened.
When and how much has been released?
I said this such a long time ago that I may not be quite clear how much, but it was well in excess of 16 billion. One thing that we always do is that we love our children, and government stops doing everything. There's capitation for every child in public school. It's 22,400 and something, and capitation for every child in primary school. We always ensure that that money is in schools before the children open. Whenever another time is coming, I will not be here, but I am very sure that whoever is coming will make sure that that money in school is in schools. For the busybodies that are negative-minded, they should remember that this government spends 25.9% of the budget on our children. My job has been to ensure that that 25.9% is used for the purposes that it is meant for, and that we get value for money. And the best example are the 6,497 classrooms, which we have built at the cost of 788,000 as against the 1.26 billion. So we are doing what is humanly possible to ensure that our children are in safe hands. But you should not worry. There are many busybodies who say things which they don't know about. And I think the third term, I will not be there, but I am not empowered. I can only tell you that there are certain permanent people in the system, like I have directors, including the Director General, who will make sure that that money is paid. And usually there is no gap, because you will see me welcoming my successor in the office. Do you get the point? With a lot of handing over notes. And he is supposed to work without politics. Whoever becomes the president, he or she must serve that person without prejudice. That's why you have not heard me talking politics. You don't talk politics when you are dealing with these ones. Are we together? Because you must give them their chance. There is no time to waste. And I think in terms of getting more capitation to the Ministry of Education, it will be difficult for whoever takes over. The game will be how well we utilize what is there. Santi Sam.
There was concern that some contractors were taking up more classes than they could manage. For instance, in Bungoma County. What's your take on that?
That's why my name is Magoha, son of Magoha. I am heading to Bungoma this week. And I want to assure the nation at large that since Eastern, including Kitui, which is semi-arid and with 369 classrooms, Turkana, which you know, is very huge, Northeastern, and what have you, have all completed. What is Bungoma to us? That is meat which is already marinated. We are just going to chew it and eat. Because it is a good place. We don't play politics. Every child is equal. That's the president's directive. Every child of this country is equal, and therefore the Bungoma child must also have CBC classrooms. Let the politicians play their politics, we shall do the work. I think that's why I'm going there on my own, to ensure that the same way I ensured that classrooms in Nyeri were completed, the ones in Bungoma will be completed. And in another week or 1.5 weeks, you will hear that I'm going to publish. Once we finish everything, I'll publish in the newspapers for records. So in case somebody wants to follow me to my village to come and answer questions, I'll refer you to the newspaper. Santi San.
Do you have any comment on the fake degree saga?
First of all, most of these MPs you see were my students. No names. I know them all. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Are we together? As somebody who has been a professor for over 20 years and having taught for over 45 years, it is a big joke for us as a country to be discussing fake degree saga. When I was at the University of Nairobi, I transformed the university to the extent that if you want a transcript, even as early as 1975, and you can go and test it, it will come to you in less than half an hour. And it will show you, oh my God, pass this, failed this one, repeated, pass this one, repeated, pass, and then he did the exam and passed. So it is only in Kenya where you can have so much noise about nothing. As a vice chancellor, I used to cross-check many degrees, and all it needed for me to take a phone call and call University of London and say, well, I have this one who says he has done this. Is it true or false? Before I employ them. And they'll tell me, we don't have such a name. You don't have to tell the person. You just don't give him the job. So we are making too much noise out of nothing, because we are sending the wrong message to the children. Are we together? So I don't have direct comment on what is happening now. It is just very shameful that we are spending so much energy in the courts or the people who are supposed to be doing election. It is a very simple matter. You have either done a degree and graduated, or you have not. A judge cannot give you a degree. That's what I used to say, that it doesn't matter whether a judge pronounces himself, he cannot give you a degree. I have over 100,000 people with degrees with my signature. I'm sure some of them are here. Yeah, so I have to protect. And if I find that you are faking my signature, I will take it personal with you. But so far I've not seen one. That's the only time I'll get very annoyed with you, because I will then now prosecute you as a person. So I think the universities must be left alone to do their work. The agencies must be left alone to do their work. And there is no harm in asking. For example, if you say you are a surgeon, we usually check and confirm whether you actually trained as a surgeon. How many hours did you train? It is not politics. Forget about politics. It's about life and death. Are we together here? As far as PhDs are concerned, it is very, very surprising, because now somebody says he has a PhD, you are interviewing him, and you ask him what was your topic, and he can't even remember. He has to look. So it is a big, much bigger problem in our country, and it is you people who must say, no, let us just be proud of who we are. After all, you don't have to go to a university to be thinking. Again, you should ask yourself, do you only think that people with degrees think smart? The answer is no. Because what that has done is to push everybody else to try to get a degree by all means. So you have crooks who never saw the front of a university with degrees. I think our people should be able to look at human beings and ask them, what is it that this person is able to provide? For example, the way I was appointed, I don't belong to a political party. Do I look like I belong to a political party? And I don't care. How was I appointed here? So somebody must have thought, I think this guy can do this. And that's why I am so as free as a bird. So don't take too much time arguing about fake degrees, because if you put politics aside, it is a very simple process. Remove the politics, just check the facts. And checking whether you graduated or not is not a crime. You must do due diligence. Even all employees must do due diligence. And if you got a degree, then you want to find out, did you get the requisite, did you spend the requisite time? For example, if you are a doctor, did you spend, for example, 500 hours doing anatomy? If you find you only spent 200, then we tell you, no, you have to go and do another 300 hours. That's not to say you are bad or stupid. It's normal. That's my life. And I don't want people coming to mess my life. So as you talk about what you don't know, just leave us to do our job. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Kwani kichwa chako imeruka?
Kocha, ni maneno napewa. Mimi niko ulimwengu.
Kando sinakuwa samaki kubwa.
Kumbe hapa tunakuwa tumepangiwa kokomalishwa. Hiyo utakuwa na mesa hivi inakatalia hivi unaenda
As campaign intensified for the upcoming general election, what does all this mean for you, the voter? What do the candidates have to offer? How prepared are agencies charged with the election process? Join John Kuria and Safina Chieng on Kenya Decides. This and every Tuesday from 10 p.m. on KBC Channel 1 as we unpack elections 2022 with a panel of various stakeholders. Make informed electoral decisions.
I arranged a great marriage for him, the kind other men dream of, and he wants to break it off.
If this is what you insist on, all I could do is take my own life.
You want to die for her?
Samuel has truly messed up. It won't be long till the whole world knows he wants to break off the engagement.
I couldn't care less if he breaks it off. Why would it matter? I hope I'm not intruding. I'm just passing through. I'm Ferna from Green Hill. Show some respect.
Elliot!
Whatever it is you want to discuss, tutaongea baadaye. Sasa hii akili yangu imechoka. I just want to clear.
Kwa wakati huu wa mankuli, mimi hasira zangu zote humzimalizia hapa kwa mankuli. Sitaki kukuona. Kama unaingia ndani, atajilaumu mwenyewe kwa sababu hayo alijitakia mwenyewe.
Haijalishi mtoto anaponyelea paja, huoshwa halikatwi.
Ngoli na bala haziwezi kwa reality. Tide is high but I'm holding on.
So Dr. mpenzi mtazamaji, basi imetimia dhuhuri ya tarehe 20 mwezi ikiwa ni wa Juni mwaka 2022. Ni fahari yangu tena kubwa sana kukuletea kipindi chetu cha Kurunzi Mashinani, nikiwa namshikia zamu mwenzangu Zainab Said, ambaye kwa sababu ambazo ziko juu ya uwezo wake hataweza kukuletea kipindi hiki siku ya leo. Mtazamaji, unaweza kusema nasi kupitia mitandao yetu ya kijamii at KBC Channel 1 at Gladys Mungai. Baadaye kidogo kwenye kitengo cha Tamrini tutakuwa tunazingatia masuala ya ugatuzi. Lakini kwanza mtazamaji, tukufahamisha kuhusiana na taarifa za habari, ambapo kaunti za Machakos, Makueni, Siaya, Kitui na Kisumu zimeorodheshwa kama kaunti 5 zinazonakili visa vingi zaidi vya vichaa vya mbwa. Hii ni kulingana na utafiti wa mpango wa kitaifa wa kukabiliana na kichaa cha mbwa. Serikali ya kaunti ya Machakos imeanzisha shughuli ya siku 4 hivi ya kuchanja na kunyunyiza dawa mbwa na paka 1000.
Daktari Lisa McCarthy kutoka jimbo la Colorado nchini Marekani, ambaye ameongoza kundi la madaktari wa wanyama katika ziara ya kutafuta ukweli katika kaunti ya Machakos, amesema chanjo ni moja ya mbinu za kudhibiti msambao wa kichaa cha mbwa. Daktari McCarthy anashirikiana na serikali ya kaunti ya Machakos na washirika wengine ili kufanikisha shughuli hiyo, na wanalenga zaidi ya mbwa 1000.
And we're told that about 2,000 people a year in Kenya die from rabies. Sadly, it's probably more than that are not fully reported. So part of the answer to eliminating rabies from Kenya is to vaccinate as many animals as possible. And a secondary part of that answer is to decrease the population so that we have fewer animals on the street, fewer bites will happen.
Na shule ya upili ya wasichana ya Osen katika kaunti ya Baringo inasherehekea baada ya kupandishwa hadhi kuwa shule ya kitaifa. Wakati wa hafla ya utoaji shukrani shuleni humo, mkurugenzi mkuu wa elimu ya shule za upili katika Wizara ya Elimu Paul Kibet alisema serikali imepandisha hadhi shule hiyo baada ya kufanya vyema kwa kupata alama ya wastani ya 7.6 ikilinganishwa na alama ya 5.6 ya mwaka 2020.
National school is a gift to be embraced. There are some places that took long to accept.
Na huku siku kuu ya baba ikiadhimishwa duniani, mtu mmoja katika eneo la Butila, kaunti ya Busia, ameghadhabika. Charles Ongale amesema kwa sasa hana makaazi baada ya mwanawe kitinda mimba Justice Ongale kuuza kipande cha kipekee cha ardhi alichokuwa nacho. Pamoja na bintiye, Ongale ameomba maafisa kuingilia katika swala hiyo.
Huyo kijana ni tamaa, aliuza shamba pamoja na nyumba, na mwenye kununua niambia nunua milioni 7. Ni nyumba peke yake ni ya milioni 10. Hiyo milioni 7. Shamba ni eka 2.5. Shamba nikanunua, nikaandika kwa jina ya kijana, shauri nilikotaka angaike bahati ya mimi kukufa atukupatilisha. Jikuta nikiwa Muhira hospital. Nikapata fahamu. Kitu nataka mimi nirudi kwa shamba tu, nikae ngoje siku zangu za kufa.
Kwingineko mtazamaji, gavana wa kaunti ya Kakamega Wycliffe Oparanya amezindua kampeni ya kumpigia debe mgombeaji wa urais wa Azimio la Umoja Raila Odinga katika eneo la magharibi mwa Kenya. Oparanya ambaye alizindua kampeni hiyo katika ngome yake eneo la Mabole aliahidi kutembelea kaunti zote katika eneo hilo ili kuhakikisha kwamba Odinga anaibuka mshindi.
Oparanya amesema ataimarisha kampeni kwa wagombeaji viti mbalimbali wa Azimio katika eneo hilo akiwemo mgombeaji urais. Alisema hii ndio fursa bora kwa Odinga kushinda urais na kuwarai wakazi wa eneo hilo kumuunga mkono.
Ndio nilisema nije leo tuanzie hapa. Waluya hatutaki turudi nyuma. Tuwe karibu na serikali. Na serikali ni wasi, hiyo serikali ni ya Raila Amolo Odinga.
Gavana huyo wa kaunti ya Kakamega aliwakosoa baadhi ya viongozi wa kisiasa kutoka eneo hilo kwa kuigawanya jamii ya Mlembe.
Na mimi nataka nyinyi wote, sasa ni wakati wa Waluya kuenda mbele. Waluya miaka zijazo watoe president wa nchi hii.
Matamshi yake yakiungwa mkono na mbunge wa Lugari Ayub Savula na mbunge wa kaunti ya Kakamega Elsie Muhanda, ambao pia waliahidi kufanya kampeni kali kwa kuhakikisha kuwa Raila Odinga anaibuka mshindi kwenye uchaguzi mkuu ujao.
Upigie leo simu Raila Amolo Odinga, watengeneze kamati kuanzia leo, the assumption of office, preparation ya swearing in ya Raila Amolo Odinga kama rais wa 5 wa Jamhuri ya Kenya.
Kwa hivyo mimi namuuliza watu wangu, president wa Kenya mwenye anajali Waluya ni nani? Si ni Raila Amolo Odinga?
Jelis Aladi, Kurunzi Mashinani.
Mtazamaji, katika masuala ya teknolojia na roboti, pengine ufahamu mchango wa roboti katika maendeleo ya kiuchumi na kijamii nchini China. Andamana nasi kwa maelezo zaidi katika makala ya Ifahamu China.
Ujambo na karibu katika kipindi cha Ifahamu China. Mimi ni Zakia Peng. Kuanzia kliniki za meno hadi viwandani, roboti ziko kila mahali nchini China, zikifanya kazi kwa uwezo zaidi, ufanisi na usahihi zaidi. Kwa mujibu wa takwimu zilizotolewa na Ofisi ya Takwimu ya Taifa ya China, viwanda vya teknolojia ya juu vimeongeza thamani yao kwa zaidi ya 14% katika robo ya kwanza ya mwaka huu ikilinganishwa na iliyopita. Kwa makampuni mengi, thamani hiyo inatokana na mambo ya roboti. Hebu fuatana nami kuangalia jinsi roboti zinavyotoa mchango katika maendeleo ya kiuchumi na kijamii nchini China. Katika hospitali moja mjini Beijing, mkono wa roboti hutumika kuweka meno mapya kwenye mdomo wa mgonjwa wakati wa upasuaji wa kupandikiza meno. Mvumbuzi wake alisema upasuaji wa roboti hufanya matibabu kwa usahihi zaidi kuliko utaratibu wa jadi wa kutumia mikono. Usahihi wa uwekezaji wa vipandikizi vya meno unafikia milimita 0.3 hadi 0.5. Mbali na vituo vya matibabu, roboti pia hutumika viwandani, na wanaviwanda wengi wamekuwa na historia ndefu ya kutumia roboti viwandani. Katika kiwanda cha kampuni ya China Electronics Technology Group Corporation CETC yenye makao yake Beijing, roboti 2 zimekuwa zikifanya kazi kwa muda wote tangu mwanzoni mwa mwaka huu. wafanyakazi katika kampuni hiyo iliyozalisha vifaa vya mawasiliano, kompyuta na miundo mbinu mingine ya tehema wanasema wamefurahishwa. Wanaona kuwa usahihi wa utengenezaji umeongezeka mara 3 ili kufikia kiwango cha juu, na roboti hizo zinaweza kusaidia kufanya majaribio ya bidhaa kwa muda wa saa mzima bila kuingiliwa na binadamu. Roboti zilizotumiwa na CETC zinatengenezwa na kampuni ya Jaka Robotics yenye makao yake mjini Shanghai, ambayo hivi karibuni iliripoti ongezeko la biashara. Mauzo ya roboti za kampuni hiyo yameongezeka kwa 130% kutoka mwaka mmoja uliopita, hasa yakiendeshwa na vipuri vya magari, viwanda vya kielektroniki na teknolojia za kibiolojia. China inajitahidi kuwa kitovu cha uvumbuzi kwa tasnia ya roboti duniani ifikapo mwaka 2025, ikiwa ni sehemu ya juhudi zake kuhimiza mageuzi na kuboresha sekta yake ya viwanda.
Haya, kipindi cha leo kinaishia hapa. Katika kipindi kijacho nitaendelea kukuletea mambo mengine mengi yanayovutia kuhusu utamaduni na jamii ya China. Asante kwa kuwa nami. Mimi ni Zakia Peng. Kwa heri.
Mtazamaji wa China hapo akitupatia changamoto kwa baadhi yetu ambao Kiswahili chetu huenda kikawa sio kizuri sana. Lakini tukiachana na hayo na kurejea humu nchini, wizi na shughuli za masomo katika shule ya kutwa na bweni ya msingi ya Nzeeni iliyoko katika eneo la Nzau, kaunti ya Makueni, zimetatizika baada ya wazazi wa shule hiyo kushiriki maandamano na kuwaondoa wanafunzi kwa madai ya kwamba usimamizi mbaya wa shule hiyo, na wakiitaka tume ya kukabiliana na masuala ya ufisadi nchini EACC kuchunguza tukio ambapo mali ya ujenzi wa jumba la orofa shuleni humo iliporwa, huku mwalimu mkuu wa shule hiyo akihusishwa na uporaji huo.
Nikawauliza, hizi miti mnabeba kwani mnapeleka wapi? Waliniambia wanapeleka kwa head teacher. Nikawauliza, head teacher ni nani? Samike kwala. Haya. Nikawauliza tena, eti mnapeleka zimiti wapi? Kwa mkubwa wako. Mkubwa wako ni nani? Samike kwala.
Tulijaribu kufuata vyuma, sababu vyuma ilikuwa inakwenda chini. Na vyuma pahali ilikuwa imewekwa ni mbali sana na hii strong room. Ni mbali huko. Tulifuata vile vyuma imegwara. Nikiwa na mwalimu mkuu na kijana yake na Mwendo Masela. Vyuma zilitupeleka mpaka hardware moja Matiliko. Zilikuwa zimewekwa nje kwa hardware inaitangwa Matrix Matiliko.
Hapa kuna mwalimu ako na 36 years. Jiki Kenya that 6 years. Kwani kuna shule zingine mwalimu that 6 years? Kuna 36, kuna 20, kuna 19 mbili. That is overstaying.
Mtazamaji, taarifa hiyo ya masuala ya wizi wa mali ya shule katika eneo la Makueni inatamatisha taarifa yetu na kitengo chetu cha taarifa za kurunzi mashinani siku ya leo. Nasema utazamaji wako mtazamaji, nasema asante sana kwa kutazama. Ila mtazamaji, huo sio mwisho wa taarifa zetu hii leo, manake wanahabari wenzangu wamekita kambi katika maeneo tofauti hapa jijini Nairobi na kote nchini wakifuatilia taarifa mbalimbali ambazo tutakuwa tunakuletea hapo mida ya saa 7 na saa 1 na saa 3. Kwa sasa nachukua mapumziko mafupi, tukirejea ni kitengo cha Tamrini. Usiondoke.
Kwani kichwa chako imeruka? Kocha, ni maneno napewa. Mimi niko ulimwengu ya hewani. Kuna siku msungu asa kupropose hata kama ni ukuoa hata kama kwa ndoto.
Enyi iko na guacamole.
Lady.
Omera, I'll slap you mouth.
Hizi nimetoka kwa mbali. Alafu nikichukua kama 8 hivi nishikanishe hivi alafu tutano kando sinakuwa samaki kubwa.
Kumbe hapa tunakuwa tumepangiwa kwa marishwa. Hiyo utakuwa na mesa hivi inakatalia hivi unaenda
Whatever it is you want to discuss, tutaongea baadaye. Sasa hii akili yangu imechoka. I just want to clear.
Kwa wakati huu wa mankuli, mimi hasira zangu zote humzimalizia hapa kwa mankuli. Sitaki kukuona. Kama unaingia ndani, atajilaumu mwenyewe kwa sababu hayo alijitakia mwenyewe.
Haijalishi mtoto anaponyelea paja, huoshwa halikatwi.
Ngoli na bala haziwezi kwa reality. Tide is high but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one.
Top sports attractions on KBC Channel 1. In July, Kenya Morans face off against the DRC, Egypt and Senegal in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers in Alexandria, Egypt from 1st to 3rd of July 2022. Also in July, Kenya plays South Africa in Rugby League test matches in Nairobi with the return fixtures set for October. Still in July, watch the World Athletic Championships from 15th to 24th July live from Oregon, USA as Kenyan athletes seek glory. Followed by the 22nd Commonwealth Games from 28th July to 8th August live from Birmingham, England. In August, join our coverage of the World Athletics Under-20 Championships from the 1st to 6th of August 2022 from Cali, Colombia. Then in November, catch the World Half Marathon Championships on 13th November from Yangzhou, China. Now that's what sets us apart as KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
I arranged a great marriage for him, the kind other men dream of, and he wants to break it off.
If this is what you insist on, all I could do is take my own life.
You want to die for her?
Samuel has truly messed up. It won't be long till the whole world knows he wants to break off the engagement.
I couldn't care less if he breaks it off. Why would it matter?
I hope I'm not intruding. I'm just passing through. I'm Ferna from Green Hill. Show some respect.
Elliot! 都是家乡。
Asante sana mtazamaji kwa kuendelea kutazama runinga ya Channel 1. Kwa hivi sasa tunazamia kitengo cha Tamrini, ambapo mada yetu kuu hii leo tunaangazia masuala ya ugatuzi mashinani. Studioni ninao wageni wangu Ado Osman ambaye ni mwakilishi wa wadi katika eneo la Eastleigh North, na Alex Munyeri ambaye ni afisa katika kitengo cha watu ambao wanaishi na ulemavu humu nchini. Tutakuwa tunajadili swala la ugatuzi miaka karibia 15 baadaye. Unafahamu kwamba ugatuzi uliwekwa katika katiba ya mwaka 2010 na ukaanza kutekelezwa rasmi baada ya uchaguzi mkuu wa mwaka 2013. Na sasa tunaelekea uchaguzi wa 3. Sasa tutakuwa tunadadavua ugatuzi umemwezesha mwananchi ama pengine umetekeleza malengo yake na kuafikiwa kwa zile agenda ambazo pengine zilitarajiwa kuafikiwa. Karibuni sana Alex na Osman. na nitaanza na wewe Ado.
Yes.
Pengine kwa mtazamo wako, umekuwa afisini mara zaidi ya moja. Unaweza pengine kusema kwamba kwa mtazamo wako kama kiongozi ambaye jukumu lako hasa pengine ni kuangalia jinsi ambavyo magavana nchini wanatekeleza kazi yao, masuala ya utekelezaji wa malengo katika masuala ya ugatuzi, unaweza ukapatia asilimia ngapi kuanzia 1 hadi 10, na pengine matarajio yako pasi na kwa kama kiongozi, kama mwananchi, yameafikiwa?
Haijafikiwa. Ningepea maybe 5 out of 10, sababu ile vile inatakikana, ile institutions ifanye kazi, naona kama zimelegea, zifanyi vile inatakikana. Kwa hivyo ile ugatuzi ni nzuri kwa nchi, kwa wananchi yote wako sawa, lakini kwa vile saa hizi imeenda miaka 10, naona kama hazikuenda vizuri vile inatakikana, vile katiba imeweka, yani wananchi waweze kufaidika. Naona kama asilimia 50 kama imetekelezwa, lakini ingine bado.
Alex, pengine katika kukuhusisha katika swala hili, lengo kuu ni uundaji wa sera katika kuhakikisha kwamba mwananchi anahusishwa katika masuala ya maendeleo pale nyanjani. Kwa mtazamo wako, pengine hayo malengo yameafikiwa?
Nitaungana na mwenzangu niseme yameafikiwa kwa kiwango kidogo, lakini sio vizuri vile ambavyo tungetaka iafikiwe. Manake sera zilizowekwa, Kenya tunajua ni nchi ambayo inajulikana sana kwa kuweka sera, lakini utekelezaji wa zile sera inakuwa ni jambo ambalo ni tofauti sana. Kuna sheria nyingi sana, mpaka hata sheria ya maendeleo, yani ile tunaita blueprint, ambayo Kenya iliwahi kutengeneza siku moja baada ya independence. Wakaja watu kutoka nchi inaitwa nchi ambayo ilikuja ikaipata ile blueprint ya Kenya, wakaenda wakatekeleza. Walipotekeleza Kenya, baada ya miaka kadhaa, wakati wa rais nafikiri Kibaki, Kenya wakaenda Malaysia kuangalia ni nini haswa wamefaulu vipi. Walipoenda kule walikuta wa Malaysia waliwaambia, hii mpango ambao tunatekeleza tulitoa kwenyu. Kwa hivyo Kenya tuna hilo jambo la kupanga mipango mizuri, lakini kutekeleza hatuna. Sheria za ugatuzi ni nyingi tumeweka, hata sheria wengine wanaweka mpaka sheria za walemavu, wengine wanaweka sheria vile watakavyosaidia kina mama na wajane na kadhalika, lakini utekelezaji, hapo ndio kuna shida.
Utekelezaji ndio tatizo. Lakini katika swala la utekelezaji ndio tatizo. Tunaelekea katika uchaguzi wa 3. Sasa hilo tatizo la utekelezaji linaweza pengine likatatuliwa vipi?
Kwanza kabisa nafikiri tunahitaji kuangalia tena nyuma. Tuangalie ni wapi ambapo kuna kwa Kiingereza tunasema gaps. Mapengo yako wapi? Ni wapi tunapokosea? Hapa tumesema kwa mfano MCA awe akimwangalia gavana na kumchunguza vile anavyofanya kazi. Je, hawa MCA wako na capacity ama ule uwezo wa kuweza kumkosoa gavana ama hakuna? Zile sheria ambazo tumeweka na tukawapatia wale wawakilishaji wa wodi, tumewapatia sheria za kutosha, wanaweza kusimama na kumkosoa gavana. Tumeona kwa upande ule mwingine ni kwamba magavana wamekuwa wenye pesa na hawa MCA kidogo hawana pesa. Na wanapokutana, gavana anapompa MCA bahasha, samahani ndugu yangu utasema, lakini tunapopata bahasha ile brown envelope, basi hapo mdomo wake unafungika. Kwa hivyo tunahitaji kuangalia sana, ili tuangalie labda capacity ya hawa ambao tunaochagua iko vipi, ili tuweze kuangalia.
Naam. Osman, magavana wanaondoka wanasema kwamba baadhi ya sababu zao za kutotekeleza pengine ugatuzi kwa 100% juu ya 100 ni kwamba wanasema kwamba hakuna ile political goodwill, na tumeshuhudia zaidi ya mara moja wakisema kwamba fedha ambazo zinafaa kutumwa katika kaunti zinacheleweshwa. Kwa hivi sasa ifikapo sasa hivi zaidi ya bilioni 70 hazijatumwa katika kaunti. Pengine mtazamo wako ni upi kuhusiana na swala hilo na jinsi ambapo hali hiyo inaathiri pengine utekelezaji wa miradi ya ugatuzi?
Inaathiri sana kwa hizo pesa kuchelewa, na pia ile fedha ambaye kaunti yenyewe ingependa kurokota kwa wananchi. Pia hiyo iko na itilafu mingi. Kwa hivyo utakuta mara mingi iko miradi mingi ambayo tumetengeza, lakini ile fedha hakuna, imechelewa ama hata haipo kabisa. Kwa hivyo hiyo inaathiri sana kwa mambo ya ile development ya county. Hata saa zingine mshahara hata inachelewa kwa mwezi ama miezi miwili. Allowances hamna. Sasa inaleta ile mwenzangu akisema gavana anapeana ile brown envelope. Ndio sasa mtu ambaye miezi miwili hajapata mshahara akipata brown envelope sasa hiyo unaona hata kazi yake atalegeza kidogo. Kwa hivyo inaathiri sana hiyo mambo ya pesa kuchelewa. Sijui sasa kama ni lack of goodwill ama ni lack of money kwa katika central government, ambaye ama ni saa zingine ni kupunish maybe governor ama hiyo county hailingani na ile siasa, inaweza kaleta hiyo pia. Kwa hivyo inaathiri sana ile mambo ya development, inaathiri mambo mengi, kwa sababu wewe unataka kufanya mambo mengi lakini ile fedha hakuna. So na kila mtu sasa kwanza kazi yake ni kulaumu MCA. MCA hivi, MCA ifanye hii, MCA jarokota taka ama hizi, lakini sasa ile institutions ambaye inatakikana vile wanatakana ile kazi wafanye, hawafanyi hiyo kazi. Kwa hivyo unaona hiyo kuchelewesha kwa fedha, ama saa zingine sio kuchelewesha, hata hiyo fedha hakuna kabisa. Utakuta katika Nairobi County kuna ile bajeti ya 35 billion ambaye ukichunguza na ikifanywa ile bajeti ambaye ni halali inaweza kuja kama 25 billion. 10 billion ambaye iko kwa vitabu, lakini hiyo pesa hakuna. Hiyo ndio sasa iko shida mingi hapo kwa county, nafikiri kwa county zote.
Lakini ni jukumu lenu kama wakilishi wa wadi kuona pengine makosa kama hayo na pengine hata kuidhinisha ile miswada ambayo mnasema kwamba ya kuangatua viongozi mamlakani. Wakati mwingine kwa nini basi wawakilishi wa wadi mnakubali hiyo ambayo hongo ama brown envelope kama inavyofahamika na wengi, na hivyo basi kwa njia moja ama nyingine mnaathiri pengine utendakazi pale ambapo mnakubali kuhujumiwa kwa njia moja ama nyingine?
Sio kukubali. Saa zingine utakuta sisi tumefanya hiyo jambo ya kusema ugatue huyu waziri fulani ama chief officer fulani, lakini sasa umefika kiwango ambaye sasa haiko sasa kwa mkononi mwako. Sasa kama umefanya hiyo sheria ukapitisha bunge sema waziri fulani atolewe, lakini sasa ni jukumu la gavana kufanya hiyo na yeye sasa hafanyi. Sasa itakuwa mambo mengine, sasa inakuwa wewe sasa umeenda dead end, hauna sasa ingine ya kufuatilia. Sasa imekuwa institutions zingine kama za maybe polisi za EACC ama zingine sasa kuchukua kutoka huko na haifanyiki. So hakuna yani namna ambaye unaona umefanya ile unatakikana kutoka kwako, lakini huko mbele haiendelei.
Namuona Alex ana mshawasha wa kutaka kuzungumzia mada hii. Alex, pengine ni ukosefu wa nia njema ya kisiasa ama ma-MCA wanashirikiana na magavana katika kuhakikisha kwamba wananchi hawapati zile huduma ambazo wanafaa kupata?
Kuna jambo ambalo nitalisema, mwenzangu anajaribu kung'ang'ana kulitaja, na tunapoangalia kusema ule ukweli kabisa, magavana wana fedha na MCA kidogo mishahara yao inachelewa, na pia hata ile miradi ambayo imewekwa bajeti waitekeleze. MCA unakuta ya kwamba gavana fulani anazuia zile fedha za miradi ya yule MCA ambayo hawasikizani, na hili tumelishuhudia. Hata kuna kaunti moja, sitaitaja ni ipi, lakini kuna MCA fulani alikuwa analia kabisa, anasema gavana amemnyima kabisa pesa za kutekeleza, ili hali bajeti imepitisha. Hiyo ni ya kwanza. Ya pili, tukiangalia siasa za serikali kuu na serikali ya ugatuzi, serikali kuu pia ina mambo yake. Mara nyingi hata pesa hutoka kwa serikali kuu. Sheria inasema kwamba sheria za ugatuzi, serikali za ugatuzi zikirokota pesa zipeleke serikali kuu, kisha serikali kuu itoe zile pesa iwarudishie, ndivyo waweze kufanya maendeleo. Hapa tunapata shida. Serikali kuu inazuia pesa za maendeleo mpaka dakika ya mwisho. Kama sasa tunafunga mwaka wa serikali Juni, mwezi huu, mwisho wa mwezi huu. Sasa hivi serikali kuu ndio saa hizi wanaachilia fedha za matumizi. Wewe niambie, ukiwa gavana umepewa pesa bilioni fulani, alafu uambiwe uzitumie kabla ya mwisho wa mwaka wa serikali ambayo ni tarehe 30 Juni, utafanya nini? Pesa zile hutaweza kutumia, kwa sababu lazima, ili utumie pesa, kuna mikakati lazima ufanye, kama ni procurement process, kama ni mambo ya kulipa wale ambao wamefanya contractors na mambo yale mengine. Huwezi kufanya na muda ambao unapewa na serikali kuu. Kwa hivyo kuna ile hali ya kuwa hakuna political goodwill, ama wanasiasa hawajaipatia hii sheria ya ugatuzi ama hizi gatuzi hawajazipatia moyo wa kuendelea. Manake kama wangeipatia moyo wa kuendelea, mwanzo wa mwaka ndio pesa za ugatuzi zingekuwa zikipatikana. Halafu naye gavana anapata nafasi nzuri ya kutekeleza ile miradi ambayo imepangwa katika bajeti yake. Naye MCA kama kuna miradi ya wodi yake, naye anapata pesa bila kuzingatia msimamo wake wa kisiasa.
Asante sana Osman. Alex anatofautiana na wewe, anasema kwamba magavana wana hela.
Hapo mimi niko kwa komiti ya budget ya county sasa karibu miaka 10, na hapo nasema sikubaliani na yeye. Mara nyingi hawana hiyo hela. Hela hiyo iko kwa vitabu, kwa budget books, lakini kwa bank account hiyo pesa hakuna. Hapo ndio shida iko. Utakuta kwa kila ward tumetengeza miradi mingi, maybe za barabara fulani katika Eslinoti, katika Dagureti, katika kila mahali. Lakini ukienda inaonyesha ya kwamba tuko na hiyo miradi ya maybe 2 billion. Lakini ukienda kwa bank account, ile revenue account for the county, utaona hiyo pesa hakuna kabisa. Na saa zingine inakuwa itabidi kwanza alipe mshahara na ile overheads badala ya kabla ya kufika kwa miradi na maendeleo. Kwa hivyo zikichelewa ndio sasa inaharibu ile budget process. Utaona ile pesa maybe ingetegewa kujenga barabara zingine zimeenda kwa mishahara. Kwa hivyo hiyo pesa ambayo watu wanasema iko kwa reality haiko.
Anasema kwamba hali kwa ground kama wanasema ni tofauti. Hali nyanjani ni tofauti.
Yes.
Lakini tuachane na swala hilo Osman na Alex, na tuzungumzie pengine swala la ushirikishaji wa umma katika masuala ya maendeleo. Ni kwa nadra sana, si katika kaunti zote 47 ambapo unapata kwamba kabla ya maafisa wa serikali za kaunti kutekeleza miradi wanawashirikisha umma. ima kwa kutaka kujua wangependa pengine kufanyiwa nini, ama kuwafanya wawe katika mradi 100%. Sasa kwa nini pengine hali hiyo inajitokeza? Unapata kwamba pengine kiongozi anasimama na kusema mimi nitawatengenezea shule, ila hali mahitaji ya wananchi hapo pengine ni maji, kuna shule kadhaa.
Hiyo sisi hufanya kila mwaka ile wanaita public participation. Sisi huenda kwa ground, tunaita wananchi, tunaandika vitabu kubwa, tunachora, kila mtu anasema anataka hivi, anataka hivi. Na vile mwenzangu alikuwa amesema, ni tuko na sheria na vitu mingi ambaye ni yani tunafuata, lakini ile kutekeleza tena inaleta shida. Kwa hivyo ile hiyo public participation hiko, lakini tena kwa ground ni different. Na hiko everything ni kwa vitabu. Hiyo vitabu tukijaza naweka kwa shelf. Alafu unafanya vile watu wanataka, vile wale wako kwa ofisi wanataka. So hapo ndio shida hiko, lakini ile public participation kufanywa hiko tunafanya 100%. Yeah.
Lakini utekelezaji
ndio na sasa kila kitu ile utekelezaji shida.
Naam. Pengine Alex, kauli yako kuhusiana na swali hilo.
Nataka kuuliza swali tu. Ndugu yangu Osman na wale wanasiasa wengine, unasikia mtu ametoa, hata ndugu yangu nafikiri uko na ile inaitwa manifesto.
Naam.
Unatoa manifesto, unasema mimi mkinichagua nitafanya hivi na hivi na hivi. Je, swali ni hili tu, ni vipi ambavyo umehusisha wananchi ukajua shida zao? Manake ukisema ya kwamba utawapatia wananchi pesa, labda wananchi hawahitaji pesa, labda wanahitaji mtaji ama environment ya kufanya kazi. Number 2, ni kweli lile swali uliuliza ukasema kuhusisha wananchi. Najua ya kwamba wananchi wengi huko mashinani, ukweli ni kwamba hawahusishwi. Hata hiyo inasemekana public participation, wanaita wananchi mikutano, halafu wale wanaozungumza ni wachache, kisha hata wale waliokuja katika huo mkutano wa public participation, nataka kutia changamoto wale ambao wanafanya utafiti ama researchers, ni capacity yao kwenda ku-engage ama kuzungumza ama kuinteract na ile miradi na ile pesa. Je, wana uwezo ule ama wameitwa tu kwa sababu wameenda pale na wamepewa shilingi 500 ya nauli? Wengi, na nitasema hivyo kwa sababu nimefanya kazi na wananchi mashinani, wengi huenda ili wajaze tu na wapate ile nauli. Labda mama alikuwa hana unga, lakini anajua akienda mkutano pale atapata transport reimbursement ya shilingi 500, si amepata unga wake. Basi wengi wanaenda pale, na mara nyingi wanaenda kupiga makofi. Ni nadra sana usikie wananchi wameenda na wamekataa miradi ambayo ilipendekezwa na serikali. Ni nadra sana, kwani hii serikali inakuwa ni malaika, wanajua tu kutengeneza na wanatengeneza kile ambacho wananchi wanataka. Naona kama tunahitaji kubadilisha mwelekeo kabisa, na ili tuweze kuwahusisha wananchi vizuri, na tufanye kama kaunti zingine ambazo wamefaulu. Kuna kaunti ambazo hata wengi wameenda kufanya benchmarking katika zile kaunti, wanahusisha wananchi. Kama ni mradi, kuna implementation committees ambazo ziko pale, unakuta wananchi ndio wanaotekeleza kile ambacho walisema wanataka serikali iwafanyie. Lakini Kenya, kaunti nyingi hawatufanyi hivyo.
Osman, umemsikia changamoto ipo katika na jinsi ambavyo mnafanya.
Nakubaliana naye kwa kiwango.
Kutafuta maoni.
Nakubaliana kwa kiwango. Lakini saa hizi unajua naweza kufanya ile inaitwa manifesto yangu kubwa hivi. Hiyo manifesto inafaa ifanywe na watu wawili peke yake, gavana na president. Hii ya MP na MCA ni mwanasiasa. Sisi hatufanyangi miradi ama maendeleo ama hatupewi pesa ama. Sisi kazi yetu ni kuandikisha ile unataka kwa executive ndio kazi yake kutekeleza. Kwa hivyo ukiona MCA ameandika page mzima ya miradi ambayo atafanya, hiyo ni ya puzi, ni ya uongo. Hakuna kitu unaweza fanya. Wewe kazi ya MCA ni kwenda kuzungumza kwa bunge. Kwa hivyo ile mtu akisema anafanya ABCD, mtu kwanza kumuuliza utafanya vipi. Kwa hivyo kwa sababu kazi ya kufanya ni ya gavana na executive. Kazi ya MCA ni ile kusema wananchi mnatakaje, uandikishe na upitishe kwa gavana. Sasa gavana ndio atachagua ile anafanya 1 2 3 hapo. Lakini ile public participation katika Nairobi County, isipokuwa vile anasema ambaye ni maneno, kwa Nairobi County hakuna, sisi hatutoi nauli ama wala pesa yoyote kwa mtu kuhudhuria kwa hizo mikutano. Watu kwa mara mingi sisi watu huitisha maandishi kwa let's say media, tunaweka kwa media, tunaambia tuandike walete yani ile vile wanataka wafanyiwe, ndio mostly kufanyika through the magazeti na TV na radio. Na wale wakati hall watu wakikuja wanaleta makaratasi zao, wanaleta kwa komiti yoyote, kama ni ya bajeti ama ni komiti zingine, wanatuletea, ndio sasa to incorporate ile kitu tunafanya na maoni ya wananchi.
Naam. Pengine Alex, tuzungumzie mchango wa ugatuzi moja kwa moja kwa watu ambao wanaishi na masuala ya ulemavu. Wewe ni mmoja wapo wa afisa wa kitaifa mnaosimamia watu ambao wanaishi na ulemavu. Moja kwa moja katika masuala ya ugatuzi umenufaika vipi?
Kwanza kabisa ulemavu ama disability haijagatuliwa. Bado ni central government ndio wanao hilo jukumu la kuwashughulikia wale walemavu. Lakini kile ambacho tumefanya sisi kama shirika la walemavu Kenya, tumetuma maafisa wetu kule nyanjani. Halafu tunawaambia wakienda kule wafanye kazi na wale afisa ambao ni wa serikali za ugatuzi. Na kwanza kabisa tunawahamasisha wale maafisa wetu wafanye kazi na wale chief officers ili waweze kupata sheria ndogo ndogo za ugatuzi zinazolinda maslahi ya walemavu. Kuna sheria za kitaifa ambazo zinalinda maslahi ya walemavu, na hizo ndizo tunahamasisha wale ambao ni magavana, wale ambao ni chief officers waweze kuembrace mambo ya disability. Lakini kusema ukweli, ni gatuzi chache katika nchi ya Kenya ambao wako na sheria zao zinazowapatia mwelekeo wa vile ambavyo watafanya kujali maslahi ya walemavu. Na wale ambao wako nao, nashukuru Nairobi, kwa sababu Nairobi wako na sheria ya walemavu, walitunga na ikapitishwa na bunge la ugatuzi la Nairobi. Lakini hata zile sheria ambazo zimetungwa zinazohusisha walemavu, ni nadra sana tupate misaada ama usaidizi ukifikia yule mlemavu. Bado tunaona wanalia tu, hawana wheelchairs ama vile vifaa wanavyohitaji kutumia. Bado tunaona tu employment opportunities hazijafikia ile sheria inasema 5%. Bado tunaona tu hawahusishwi katika mipango ya maendeleo. Kama kwa mfano kamati, ni kamati ngapi ambazo zimehusisha walemavu katika appointments na mambo kama yale. Kwa hivyo bado kuna mambo mengi ambayo haijafikia yule mlemavu wa kawaida. Alafu la mwisho ni kwamba walemavu shida yao kubwa kabisa ni capacity. Wanabiashara walemavu, kuna wanabiashara ambao wanafanya competition. Tukienda ni employment opportunities walemavu, kuna wale ambao hawana ulemavu wanachukua zile nafasi za employment. Na mambo mengi ambao walemavu hawezi kuifikia. Lakini tunashukuru kwa sababu serikali kuna mikakati imefanya ili kujaribu ku level ile ground
Yeah, asante sana. Lakini Osman, umemsikia changamoto zake na baadhi ya watu ambao anawakilisha. Kwa kifupi sana, kwa sababu ya muda, kongamano za ugatuzi kuanzia mwaka ujao zinatarajiwa kufanyika mara 2 kwa mwaka na wala sio mara moja kama ambavyo imekuwa desturi. Pengine hali hiyo pengine huenda ikalainisha zaidi malengo ambayo yamewekwa kuwafikiwa katika ajenda hiyo.
Ile annual conference.
Naam.
Mimi naona hiyo ni waste of time na waste of money. Hakuna kitu inasaidia. Ni watu kwenda tu kuongea, kukula ile wanaita ile fedha ya night out. Na hakuna ile manufaa yoyote kwa mwananchi ama manufaa yoyote kwa county. Hiyo ni kazi bure kabisa.
Asante mtazamaji, hizo si kauli zangu, ni kauli za wageni wangu hapa studioni, Alex Munyere na Osman Dedo, kuhusiana na masuala ya ugatuzi hapa nchini. Naarifia mtazamaji kwamba nifungane virago, manake muda wangu umesonga sana. Ila mtazamaji, nitakuwa nakuacha na jumbe za amani. Mwenyekiti wa tume ya uwiano na utangamano hapa nchini anazungumza katika hoteli ya Jacaranda hapa nchini kuhusiana na masuala ya amani. Mimi naondoka, nitakuwa na kuacha na hotuba hiyo. Naitwa Gladys Mungai, baadaye ni kitengo cha Lunchtime News. Usiondoke.
Parties do not take their role too. They do not play their role as well. It is well known that the NCIC, of which I'm chair, introduced the Elections Bill and Norma Roadmap in December 2020 and has increased its investigative capacity and has rolled out many interventions towards ensuring a peaceful election come August 2022. However, all this will not be enough if we do not sanitize our political parties. And I say this advisedly, sanitize our political parties, because we know that political parties have also contributed quite a lot to violence, particularly election-related violence in this country. At the same time, the Office of RPP monitors, investigates, and supervises political parties to make sure they meet the requirements of the law. And this is the main mandate of ORPP. It is with this in mind that the NCIC partners with ORPP to ensure critical activity such as hate speech is handled not just at a criminal level, which it is, but also at political party level, where ORPP can ensure political discipline mechanisms.
top sports attractions on KBC Channel 1. In July, Kenya Morans face off against the DRC, Egypt and Senegal in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers in Alexandria, Egypt from 1st to 3rd of July 2022. Also in July, Kenya plays South Africa in Rugby League test matches in Nairobi with the return fixtures set for October. Still in July, watch the World Athletic Championships from 15th to 24th July live from Oregon, USA as Kenyan athletes seek glory. Followed by the 22nd Commonwealth Games from 28th July to 8th August live from Birmingham, England. In August, join our coverage of the World Athletics Under-20 Championships from the 1st to 6th of August 2022 from Cali, Colombia. Then, in November, catch the World Half Marathon Championships on 13th November from Yangzhou, China. Now that's what sets us apart as KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Kupata mithali 6:20 kama sikiza tune kwenye simu yako, bonyeza *811 *817#.
Methali 6:20. Mwanangu, shika maagizo ya baba yako, wala usisahau mafundisho ya mama yako. Yaweke daima moyoni mwako, yafunge shingoni mwako, yatakuongoza njiani mwako, yatakulinda wakati ulalapo.
Kupata mithali 6:20, bonyeza *811 *817#.